was secure your 20 out of my car and go dump you somewhere, huh? You just my entire evening, huh? Just finish, please. I'm tired. I need to go on straight and narrow. Just stop.
The only way this could be an accident is you fulfilling some type of fantasy by videoing it and it going too far. Because it's on video. So you either intended to kill her or you intended to videotape this for yourself and it went too far.
On the chilly evening of September 30th, 2019, police made a horrifying discovery when a homeless woman named Valerie Kassler dialed 911 with a disturbing piece of evidence in her possession. An SD card which contained graphic footage that exceeds all limits of humanity. The person you saw sitting in the interrogation room was 48-year-old Brian Stephen Smith, and what he is about to reveal to the police next would forever alter the course of his life.
Your fingers, or did you fist her?
Well, that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was when she was deceased?
Yeah.
If you think that this was one of the most gruesome revelations you've come across, then wait till you see the rest of the footage. This case would go down as one of the most brutal and gut-wrenching crimes in the history of Alaska. The day the SD card surfaced, Brian had already flown to Virginia on a vacation with his wife, Stephanie. He was brought into the interrogation room right after he'd landed.
Mr. Smith, I'm Detective Lee, the Anchorage Police Department. I just want to show you my badge,
Yeah.
ID, so you know you're targeting. This is Detective Bell, my partner. We have some matters we wanted to clear up with you and talk to you today, so I appreciate you coming up here with these guys and talking to me. Obviously, we're here at the airport. They brought you up here to talk to me, so we have some kind of a formality to get by. I have to read you what's called a Miranda warning. So, like I said, we have some matters we need to clear up with you, and I just wanted to ask you: do you have any idea, any thought in your head about what we might want to talk to you today about?
No, my truck was broken into a few months, well, about a month or two ago, and that's why I don't have a driver's license. My wallet was stolen.
Okay.
And I had some papers that were in the car with me.
Okay.
And some stuff.
Okay, what day was it that it was broken into?
Oh, I can't remember.
Like I said, we have some matters we need to clear up, and the thing we need to talk about is recently some property was brought to APD, and I was given that property as a little SD card, and I watched that SD card and I looked at it, and that's what I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
So what can you tell me? Because you mentioned the SD card and the GoPro camera, so what can you tell me about that?
Well, usually everything I record is stuff from my trips when I go out camping. So if you see me making fires and cooking meat and walking in the forest, and if it's on a GoPro, there's a good chance it's me trying to take shots or a video of me shooting through things.
The cops certainly didn't see him cooking or shooting through things, but the contents of the SD card, definitely not from a GoPro, were far more startling than anyone could have anticipated. And the person who stole it? None other than Valerie Kassler. She got what she wanted, but certainly not what she expected.
In the hotel room, it showed her laying on the ground on the rug, and she was like all beat up. I mean, her face was not even recognizable. And he was hitting her and telling her that she isn't going to leave the hotel alive, that he's killing her.
See if this will refresh a memory here for you. That there, and that's it right there on top of that.
I've seen those. I've got one or two of those. You get those at Walmart.
Okay. And now is that one like the one you're missing? Because you said you're missing one out of the GoPro.
No, well, the whole GoPro's gone.
Oh, the whole GoPro's gone.
Yeah.
But was that the type of card that might have been in that GoPro when it was gone?
No.
Okay.
I've got one of these that I've been using for my 3D printer.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I've got these green ones. The other one's all black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and so like I said, this was brought to APD and given to me, and like I said, I viewed the images and the videos on that SD card.
Yeah.
And that's obviously that's how I got to you. That's how I figured out who you are.
Okay.
And that's what we need to clear up that matter of what's on that SD card.
Okay, what's on the card?
Okay. You mentioned a black Ford Ranger truck you have.
Yeah.
I observed that black Ford Ranger that you have. What's the plate on your Ford Ranger?
Oh, I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's the Ford Ranger that's registered to you and to Stephanie.
Yeah.
And it's FSL
Yes,
878. Does that
yeah.
sound right? So like I said, that's how I got to you. There's pictures of that truck on that SD card.
Okay. Well, it could be, I could have used it for something if it's got my truck on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to talk to you about.
Okay.
It was not only from his truck that the cops had traced him. The police were already familiar with him because of a previous investigation. When they viewed the contents of the SD card, they instantly recognized Brian's thick South African accent.
Let's talk about over the last month, time span of a month or so. You work at the Marriott.
Mm-hmm.
How often, you live at Starbucks, so you live here in Anchorage. How often would you say you stay at a Marriott? Would you spend the night there at a Marriott or rent a room there?
Well, when we go away, like now we stayed at Marriott, yeah.
Okay.
In DC.
Yeah.
But let's say here in Anchorage.
Oh, a few weeks ago, probably a month or two, I had a fight with my wife and I went and stayed at a Marriott.
Okay. And how many nights did you rent it? Do you have to, as an employee, do you have to rent the room or how does that work?
Oh yeah, I just rent the room, yeah.
Okay. And how many nights did you rent the room for?
Probably about 2 nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And when you went to the hotel, what did you do? What was your evening like?
After a fight with your wife, you usually drink a hell of a lot, so it did involve quite a bit of alcohol. So
Okay. Okay. Did you go anywhere?
I probably would have driven around a bit, gone and got some food and stuff.
Okay. Did you meet up with anybody, talk to anybody?
I can't remember. I probably would have. Between us, I have been known to sometimes go out and find a companion, you know.
Okay. Did you do that, you think, that particular night?
I probably did, yeah.
You probably did.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me about how that evening went down?
If this is the same evening, I met a lady down at the homeless shelter, and she actually works there, and she stayed the night. And I still got to work late the next morning because I went and dropped her off back at work again. So I can't remember her name. I can't even remember what she looks like. Yeah.
Okay. What time was it that you picked her up at the homeless shelter?
Well, I probably would. I don't know. I can't tell you. I really can't tell you. Yeah.
Downtown Hope Center was the homeless shelter that Brian frequently visited. It was here that a series of unsettling events began to unfold. Events that would ultimately lead to the deaths of not one, but 2 women.
But it would have been late, like 10, 11.
Okay. And from there, once you picked her up, where did you guys go?
She said that she knows where we can get some booze, and she arranged some vodka, which she actually kept. I didn't have to drink, I'm sure of that, you know. Mm-hmm. It's very fuzzy. I remember he was shouting out the window with vodka or something like that.
Okay.
And then we would have gone back to the hotel room.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you got back to the hotel room, what did you guys do?
Oh, we would have watched a bit of TV, drank a bit more. And then through the night maybe done something. Yeah.
Okay. And can you just give a little more detail what you guys did?
Well, obviously gotten a little bit physical, sexually, if you want that word.
Okay, so you guys had...
Probably, yeah, there's a good chance. After a few drinks, I don't usually work, you know, so...
Okay. Okay, so after that, what happened next?
Well, woke up in the morning, this I remember, I woke up and she was in the bathroom putting her makeup on, and she spent like an hour or so. And I was in a rush to get back to work, so That was the big thing there, you know.
Okay.
And I got to work about an hour late because I still went and dropped her off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you, like we told you, today's the 8th. You said this is about 2 weeks ago.
No. It was longer than 2 weeks ago. It's more like a month ago.
A month
Yeah.
ago. Okay. And since that time, since about a month ago, have you rented a room in Anchorage at all and spent the night there?
No.
No, that's the last time you did. Okay. And you said she was putting her, last thing you said, she was putting on her makeup, and then did you take her somewhere, or what happened?
Yeah, I went to drop her off again because she works at the homeless shelter.
Okay.
The one that they want to close down.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that night, after you came back to the room, did you and her go anywhere else around Anchorage or anywhere else outside of Anchorage or anywhere for that matter?
No. I never saw her again. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you speaking about Brother Francis Shelter or something different?
The one that goes down, that's just across from the prison.
Okay.
That one,
Yeah. Okay.
It's no coincidence that the woman mentioned is Valerie Kassler. She wasn't just a stranger either. She was on a date with Brian, who had little to no idea that she would break into his truck later. The story of her stealing the SD card and the shocking contents it held will be revealed as the footage unfolds.
I viewed everything on the SD card, and I did see your truck on there. Is there anything else on that SD card that we need to talk about?
No. You could show me the card and see. You can show me what's on there if you want to.
Okay. But I am going to ask you to get pretty specific about what you and her did in the room together. If you could just kind of describe how it started and what you guys did throughout the night.
Well, I don't remember, but if you really want graphic, we probably played with each other, and should probably have, but and then there's a good chance we probably tried, if you can put it that way.
Mm-hmm. And how many nights did you say you rented that room for?
For 2 nights. Yeah.
2 nights. Was this on the first night that you had the room, or was this on the second?
This was the second night.
Second night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to show you these pictures, see if they would help you kind of refresh the girl from that night.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not her.
Not her.
Just
okay.
short hair.
Short hair. Okay.
Short hair. No.
Okay. All right.
She looks like a drug addict.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen this woman before?
No.
Have you ever had any contact with her at all?
No. I have. Look, in the last 5 years that I've been here, probably starting about 2 years ago, I've probably gone out and picked up a girl or two. So I might have seen her before, but not fresh in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then you said her here
No.
doesn't ring a bell, doesn't look familiar. You've never seen her.
No.
Okay. Is there anything else, and I'm going to step out here a minute, let you take a break, drink some water. Is there anything else about that evening that we haven't talked about that you want me to know about, or you think we should talk about?
No.
So far, the police have given Brian ample opportunities to share his side of the story. However, as he stubbornly refuses to utter a single word, they're left with no choice but to confront him directly by presenting photographs from the SD card. In this moment, you'll witness his calm demeanor begin to wear off. What he doesn't realize is that the real surprise is yet to come.
You were asking me to show you what's on the SD card, and I don't have it here to show you exactly what's on there, but I wanted to talk about it. And like I said to you a minute ago, the images led me to you. There's images on there that led me to you, and for multiple reasons. The truck, like I said, I knew that was your truck. You're saying that's your truck in the photographs. Mm-hmm. There's pictures of the Marriott. There's pictures of the Marriott, the hotel room on the GoPro, or excuse me, on that SD card. And that's how I knew it was that Marriott. It was the Midtown Marriott.
Okay.
And the pictures, I don't know. You probably know about this. I think you're into technology and stuff.
Yeah.
Photographs, they have a time and date stamp. So the photographs are time and date stamped. So they basically, the photographs time and date stamp matched at the time that you were at that hotel room.
Okay.
So that's how this SD card has led me to you.
Okay.
And like I said, there's a number of images on there, and there's a number of videos on there, and I brought some of the pictures to kind of go over with you about that. So This was one of the images on there. Part of it is kind of cut down a little bit, but can you tell me what's in that photo?
There's somebody's feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose feet are those?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm looking at your shoe. I mean, it looks like the shoes you're wearing right now.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay. Is it safe to say those are your feet in that picture?
I don't know.
Okay. I just want to show you some other images here that, and like I said, I've watched the videos and the images on there, and I've watched them multiple times, and that's why we're here. That's how I knew to talk to you. So these are just some of the other images on there.
Okay.
These are on the SD card.
Okay.
So what can you tell me about these photos?
This looks like someone that's already been beaten up a bit.
Okay. And these are images. These are images, but there's also videos of this person.
Yeah.
And another person in the room as well. And that's why we're here to talk to you about.
How many people in the room?
At least two.
Oh. Yeah.
So we need to address this. We need to clear this up.
Okay.
Mr. Smith.
You think I hit this girl?
Well, like I said, there's videos of it. There's video of it, there's audio of it, there's a voice I've been talking to you now for almost 30, 40 minutes. And I know it was your voice I could hear in the video.
Okay.
And if you'd like to hear some of that, I can refresh your memory with it.
The same pictures are on the SD card with your truck that you said was your truck.
Yeah, these are all on the same as your truck here. So.
That sounds like me. What's happening when that's...
What's happening is on this video, on these images, the person that's recording it is holding the recorder and is standing basically above this girl and strangling her.
Brian wasn't expecting the cops to pull out the recording, and with that one move, the cops have him cornered and defenseless. Watch how he struggles to give an explanation and stammers through it.
I don't want to act stupid, but I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything.
Okay. But this occurred, and like I said, the photos are timestamped. This occurred in that room 323, 323, on September 4th, early mornings.
Yeah.
At the time that you were at the hotel.
The 4th. I'm not denying. I'm not saying you're lying, but I don't remember anything like this.
Has anything like that ever happened to you in the past then? Have you ever, when you drank or anything like that, has anything ever happened in the past where you drank and you forgot what you did?
Long time ago, I was told it was sugar blackouts.
So it wasn't alcohol?
And you talking and like I said, there's about 12 of these videos, and I've watched every single one of them multiple times, unfortunately. And you talking, you know what you're doing in those videos. I mean, you're describing what's going on in those videos. And so, Mr. Smith, I don't believe that you don't remember this happening. Do you recall that?
Who would record stuff like this? I do not remember anything like this. Honestly.
Where is this girl now?
I don't know.
He tries to distance himself from the crime, questioning his own actions as if in disbelief. The cops catch on quickly, and when they ask about the girl in the video, he feigns ignorance. But in reality, he knows exactly where she is, and later in the footage, you're going to find out what really happened to her.
She's not the girl I picked up. I can tell you now, she's not the one I picked up. The one I picked up was short hair. And I dropped...
Okay, but that's definitely your voice on those audios. And I have no doubt about it. Like I said, I mean, your shoes are in the picture, your truck's in the picture, a Marriott cart, as you pointed out, is in the picture. Yeah. And then I can also point to this to you. This is the SD card file. And look at the fourth one down, what the name of that file is. Homicide, Marriott Hotel, Midtown, Anchorage. and this was modified on September 24th, 20 days later.
I did not do that. Why would I make a file like that? If I had to take videos of this, I would.
What did you use?
I wouldn't
videos?
write. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. No, I know.
So you're saying you didn't label the videos with that?
No.
Okay. What kind of phone do you have? So your phone basically is basically tracked anytime you drive around through a tower, and there's towers all over Anchorage. Okay, well, it was your phone, the 205 number. It was your vehicle, your truck. There's cameras out on the highway at the way station, so there's no doubt about it that
Inbound
you were
and
out there.
Yeah.
No doubt about it that you were out there.
Look, I don't remember anything else. Really, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, look, this sounds very serious. No matter what, I'm going to be in deep. So.
As it turns out, Brian wasn't exactly a criminal mastermind. The fact that he labeled the file Homicide at Midtown Marriott gives us a glimpse into his recklessness and naivety. Valerie, who had stolen his phone from the truck, viewed the disturbing footage and saved it onto an SD card before handing it over to the police. Initially, she claimed she found it lying on the street, but later, during the trial, she confessed the truth. Now, Brian begins to weave a story, one that will only dig his grave even deeper.
Okay, I'll tell you what I remember.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah. If you put yourself in my shoes, would you admit to something like that immediately? You know,
No,
it's a very serious thing to be. You know.
No, it's very serious.
we understand. It's taken time for you to wrap your head around
Yeah.
what's happening right now, and that this is when and where it's happening.
I was scared.
If you didn't remember what happened, why didn't you call somebody and say, hey, there's somebody in the back of my truck?
Well, that's the thing. Who would believe me? It's like I said. It's like the guy walking around. Police found drugs in his pocket, you know, and he says, no, it's not mine, and everybody says, oh, yes, we believe you, you know. It's the same thing. Who would have believed me that I found something in the back of my truck? So,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was thinking myself, what the hell?
Did you tell
And
anybody?
every now and then I'd actually go, look, like, yes, it's not a dream, there is somebody here, you know. No, I didn't tell anyone. I was like scared, you know.
The more Brian speaks, the more he solidifies the case against himself. It's now a point of contention whether Brian is actually smart or if his own words are sealing his fate even further.
You were aware of what was going on while you were doing this, okay? Nobody's going to believe. Who do you think is going to believe you when you say, I don't remember this happening? Nobody's going to remember that.
I know.
That's why you say this is your. You get to write this. You get to explain this. There's an explanation for it, right? Something happened that night with you, whether it was a fantasy that you were carrying out that went too far, but something happened and you remember it. The video shows you doing it.
What do you mean?
Similar to, we're going to see videos of other women, not necessarily by you, but we're going to see stuff like this that you've watched before, that you viewed, kind of films as you would. Women getting beat up, women getting choked. We're going to see that kind of stuff on your stuff that we're searching, correct?
No, I like a bit of porn, but I actually don't like snuff too much. I don't like blood and gore.
So what happened for this to get to this point? There's an explanation for it.
I'm serious. I do not remember this. I don't remember this face. I don't remember. That's my truck. That's my truck. That's my voice. That looks like my shoes. I wear jeans usually. It looks like jeans in that picture. I do not. I've got a blank on. If that's me, I've got a total blank. Something's blocking this out of my mind.
So when you went out there and you dumped the body, which you say you did,
Yeah.
did you take any photographs out there while you were out there?
I don't remember.
So you're admitting that you were at the hotel. That's your truck. That's your voice. And you admit that you took the body out there and you dumped the body, right? So why would there be photographs of her in the back of your truck at the dump site, which you admit to doing? On the same SD card, listen to me.
Okay.
On the same SD card, that has all these photos on it and videos of you killing her. He admits that he took the body out there and that he dumped it out there. But he has no recollection of anything that happened at the hotel where he admitted he was, where his truck was, where he pointed it out it was, where his voice is on there calling somebody a bitch and killing somebody. And so you wanted the story to be, you blanked that portion of this event out.
If you hypnotize me now, I can tell you, you'll see. I'll say I don't know. Please, I don't know. I cannot remember this.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the dead body. It was discovered on October 2nd, just 6 days before this interrogation. The remains were found along the Seward Highway, south of Anchorage, belonging to 30-year-old Kathleen Henry, a homeless Native American woman. She was tortured to death by none other than Brian Stephen Smith.
On the videos, on several of them,
Yeah.
in my movies, sadly, everybody dies. What are my followers going to think of you? People need to know when they're being serial killed. These are things you're saying to her while you're doing that.
Why would I say that? That's stupid to say things like that.
You weren't anticipating that we were going to get a hold of this card, and you weren't anticipating that the railroad was going to drive by and see bones laying on the side of the railroad track. You didn't anticipate that.
What do you think a normal person, reasonable person, if I came out and I found a dead body in the back seat of my car or in the back of my truck, what would a reasonable person who's never had any contact with the law, as far as I know, right? Never had any negative contact with the law. There's video there that would explain it, right? If somebody put that body in the back of your truck, why would you not call it? A reasonable person would call the police and say, hey, I found a dead body. What they wouldn't do is wait 2 days, keep the dead body in the back of their car, drive it home, park it in the driveway, and then take it out to a spot and not only dump the body over the guardrail, but take the other stuff that's with her to a different place. What does that look like? And then take pictures of her in the back of your truck.
Well, this is bad. I can tell you, this is not a nice thing to do.
Who's that?
That's a girl that I met, and we screwed a little bit, and once more time I cheated on my wife with this one, and she was passed out drunk. Yeah.
And when was that?
This was actually recently, a few weeks ago.
So did you pick her up?
Yeah, this girl I picked up, yeah.
Where's she at now?
I don't know, I left her there. So she found her way home.
So you had sex with her?
Yeah.
Okay. When did she get drunk to the point where she's passed out? It looks like it'd be hard to have sex with her.
Oh, well, when I picked her up, she was drunk and she had a bottle with her.
Okay.
So we sat there for a while, like 10 minutes or so, drinking, and then it was getting late. Early in the morning, and I needed to get going. So I said, let's just finish everything, yeah.
Brian, being a frequent visitor of downtown Hope, first encountered Kathleen Henry and later Valerie Kassler. There was yet another individual he picked up from there.
Do you wear protection? That's just for my curiosity. Do you wear a condom?
Yeah, I did. Usually, if a girl's the first three, I didn't, put it that way, and then the short-haired girl, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but
how about her? Did you have sex with her?
I don't know.
Oh.
Obviously, I don't want people to know that I pick up girls. I don't want anyone to know.
All right, but we just need to know. And it sounds like when you left the house, you were very angry. So
I was.
All right. So what we need to know is how this and this, all this apparent consensual stuff, got from that to this.
So what was the difference between these girls, this girl, this girl? What happened those times? What happened this time compared to those times? Because something happened in there, and I think we kind of got close to it a minute ago. That these girls were immediately like, "Let's do it," and same with Alicia. Like, "Let's go," like she said, "Hurry up." And I think that's something you got used to. That was the convenience and the, "Hey, we're going to get this going." And I think something happened with her, and I know you remember her. I know you remember this girl. And
do you remember that photo? Because you don't remember these cards. Do you remember taking that on your phone?
No.
So you don't. So you don't remember taking this photograph.
No, that is me. That's my stomach. That's definitely me. Let's put it this way. That this might sound bad, but it wouldn't have been such a big deal that I remember that photograph. You know, I might have just wanted to record me and a girl doing something. You know, like yeah, just take a photo of
But
it.
you remember taking that?
I remember taking photographs of this girl.
Can you remember taking this?
She had an amazing little bum. Yeah, this is going to sound sick, but it was like a joke, you know, like a...
I did that with poster, and I just drove her and left her there. So you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember. It wasn't a big event, so yes, I took that photo. Yes, I did. Some time ago, I picked up a very drunk girl. My wife was gone. She was away for the weekend. I took her home.
How long ago was that about?
Oh my God, 3 years ago. She was on the side there, and she actually seemed like a nice person. She wanted booze, I knew that. She was drunk. She had a half a bottle of R&R on her there. I think that's actually why I stopped, because I had some booze, but I didn't know if I had enough, so I was like, that attracted me to her. I picked her up and I said, hey, you want some warm food and a warm place to sleep tonight? And she was like, yes, sure. And she jumped in, but she was really drunk. She was slurring it. And I took her home, and she fell asleep on the couch in front of the TV, and she was smelling. I knew she was homeless then. You know, she was stinking, and I was getting upset. And I said to her, go take a shower, you know, because now there's smell in the house. You know, Stephanie would smell like there was a homeless person in the house, and she wouldn't do it. She kept saying no, and I was worried that she's going to vomit now, because then I realized that she really had been drinking a lot. No excuse, but I'd also been drinking. But like I said, when Stephanie goes, that's Brian time. Or as you call it, Brad time. I can let my hair down. I can just relax and get rid of the whole stress of being married all the time. I clearly remember this. And again, I'm not lying to you. I don't remember. I can't visualize this girl. But I went through to the garage and I got my little pistol there. And I said to her, go shower, and she wouldn't. And I just did that, and I
while she was on the couch?
Yeah, I just shot her. Like, the messed up thing, I can tell you honestly, there was no emotion there. It was just, you're not listening to me, go shower, you're not listening to me. You know, I knew that the longer she stays there, the worse trouble I'm going to get in with Stephanie. She's going to stink up the place. If she vomits on the carpet, it's going to be, you know.
The woman he murdered years ago was 52-year-old Veronica Abuchak, a Native American like Kathleen, who also lived in the same homeless shelter. He shot her with a .22 pistol, but the horror didn't stop there. What he did to her body afterward is even more gut-wrenching.
I did have a photo of me trying to stick my fingers into her, you know.
So that was a real photo of you doing that to the person you shot. Was that before or after you shot her?
After.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I actually did show that to Alicia. Alicia and myself actually had a conversation. She wanted me to prove, you know, because that was the thing, that I prove it, Brian, prove it, you know. And so I thought to myself, I'm going to do something I never do, and I'm going to undelete these things. I feel very guilty about that girl, that lady. She was a sweet lady. She was nice. The only thing,
this lady,
yeah,
okay.
All she did to me was make my house stink.
And wouldn't go to the shower when you told her to.
So I was going to grab her clothes, put in the washing machine, and it'll be dry by the time she's out.
Yeah, out of the shower.
Human being does shit like this in his life. And records.
You'd be surprised.
I'm going to be on frickin' America's Dumbest Criminals. I actually took Alicia there, because I was boasting.
You took her too?
Yeah, I was boasting to her. But I knew, but this is like a year after, or 2 years after.
So you took her there about a year after it happened?
I knew it wasn't there. I knew that the person wasn't there, because I'd driven past a few times, and from the road, I could see that what I'd covered with was not there anymore.
Okay, so somebody had found it.
So that's why I know you guys must have found it.
Somebody found the remains before you took Alicia out there a year later.
Yeah.
I know we have found remains in that area.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's her or not, but I know that there's been remains found in that area.
I've got a funny feeling I was... In my mind, my memory is that they found her very quickly. You know, it was like very soon.
Do you recall hearing it on the news, or how did you...
No. There was nothing on the news. And that's what I know that sometimes if something bad happens...
But you drove by it and noticed within 3 months or so that it wasn't there, you think?
Yeah, I'm sure it was within a few days they found it.
I'm just curious too. Then, when you had her picked, when you had her in your house there, did you have a gun handy? Did you have to go get the gun to come back and shoot her, or did you?
It was in the garage.
So when you got the gun and came back, did you say, get in the did you like threaten her with the gun to get in the shower and she refused, or did you just come back and shoot her because she wasn't getting in the shower?
No, I told her, go shower, get
Did
up.
she see that you had a gun?
No.
Okay.
She was lying just looking at the TV.
Okay.
She was just drunk out of her mind as well, probably, you know. That was unprovoked. She didn't hit me, didn't hurt me, didn't do anything. She just pissed me off. But this other one, I don't know. I don't know why.
You mean you remember and don't know why, or you still don't remember?
I don't know why. I hurt this new girl.
Do you remember it and you just don't know why? Or are you still at I don't remember?
I don't remember. I'm serious. I'm trying to bring the pictures into my head and I can't.
It was indeed a cold-blooded murder, as Brian describes it. His claims of not remembering a single thing are nothing short of blatant lies. He even joked and bragged about it to Alicia, revealing his pride in the crime. While he tells the police he can't remember exactly where he dumped the body, it remains questionable whether he's telling the truth.
This girl a couple years ago, after you shot her, you said you put a towel against her head. She didn't have an exit wound, but she had some blood coming out of the side of her head. How did you get her out of the house? How did you get her out there?
I was picked up and dragged
Did you
her
wrap
out
her in
there.
a towel or anything?
Yeah, I put a towel around her head.
Nothing else? No tarp, no blankets, no nothing like that? What did you leave out there with her? Did you leave the towel out there with her?
I probably did. No, I didn't. I didn't leave the towel. I put her in a black bag, a black plastic bag.
Like a garbage bag?
Yeah.
And then you said you could see it, like what could you see?
Yeah, so when I left, as I drove out again, because I basically backed up in there and just, when I left and I looked back, I could see from the road, I could see the black bag.
Oh, okay.
So that's
It
why.
looks like a trash bag.
Yeah. I don't think I left the towel there because the towel could have been linked to me.
Yeah.
And these were just normal black bags that you can get anywhere, so.
And you left her clothes on. She had all her clothes and everything on.
No. Yeah.
Okay. What'd you do with her clothes?
As I was driving, whenever there was a clear spot, I would throw them out to distribute them
On
so
the way
that they
out
weren't
or on the way back?
found in one thing. Because if you find a full layer of clothing in one spot, it's going to be suspicious.
On the way out or on the way back?
On the way out, I was, a shoe out here and a shoe out there.
What vehicle did you have? The same truck?
Yeah. So.
Did it have a canopy on it or a topper on it at the time?
No.
So she was just in the open bed of the truck in a garbage bag?
Yeah. And that was also like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
When you took her out?
Yeah, it was early. So I know if you're driving that road at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, the police are out because they know it's all the drunk cars driving her out. So I was also scared, get rid of this person quickly as possible. Otherwise, I was scared I wouldn't know what to do with it. So that's why I drove out that late. I was falling asleep while I was driving. That's how tired I was.
Did you tell anybody else? I mean, I know you told Alicia, but she thought it was fake.
Yeah.
Did you tell anybody else about that?
No, because it's dangerous. Yeah.
So do you have, and I know you had it, and you said you recovered your deleted stuff. Do you have some type of bad picture file, some type of vault, some type of something with these photographs in it?
I did, because I wanted to prove to Alicia that I actually did.
How long was this woman at your house before you killed her? You picked her up at Karis Gamble?
Oh, it was probably about an hour.
No sex?
No. We talked a bit, but then she was out of it as well. So, yeah, we couldn't have done anything. So, yeah, so that's why I just put my fingers inside there.
Your fingers, or did you fist her?
Well, that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was when she was deceased?
Yeah.
What Brian did to the body of Veronica is undeniably vile. He violated her deceased body and showed no remorse while describing it. Apart from it, whether he has any tendencies, we may never know. But one thing is certain, he will never walk free again. Despite his claims of not remembering a thing, the SD card held enough damning evidence to put him behind bars for life. On February 22, 2024, the jury found Brian Stephen Smith guilty of the murders of 30-year-old Kathleen Jo Henry and 52-year-old Veronica Abuchuk, both Native Alaskan women who lost their lives in September 2019 and August 2018, respectively. Smith was convicted on all 14 charges, including first and second degree murder, tampering with evidence, and sexual assault. He was sentenced to 226 years in jail.
You want me to be blunt with you?
Yeah.
Your wife was decapitated.
A head. A woman's head.
I'm sure it's Halloween.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding.
They found a dead person who has been dead for so long that their skull has been eaten.
You don't think he killed her, do you?
On October 29, 2020, detectives uncovered a discovery more horrifying than their darkest nightmares. What first appeared to be a light-hearted Halloween prank quickly turned into a real nightmare for those who stumbled upon it. A human head concealed inside a black trash bag in the back of a pickup truck.
They don't know where this come from? Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Tell them to come on.
Not a Halloween party?
I don't think so.
No, I wasn't sure. I was like,
She got a black eye and everything. And it smells like real blood.
Just 6 hours earlier, on October 28, 2020, the decapitated body of 63-year-old Connie J. Goodwin was found in her home. But this wouldn't be the only body they would uncover.
and they found a dead person who has been dead for so long that their skull has been eaten.
When detectives finally identified the killer, the revelation shook them to their core.
This is your truck? That's my truck. Well, how long ago did you pull up here? I don't know. Within an hour. I just got a little bit of groceries. They're in the back seat. Okay. I came out, I saw that bag in the back. I thought it was just somebody putting trash in my truck, which has happened before. Yeah. So I opened that outside bag. Looking for something. And I saw there was another bag inside of it with what looked like some clothes and some blood on it. And so that's when I walked away and called 911.
Adam Webb, the truck's driver, naturally had a lot to answer for. With the decapitated head found in his vehicle, he quickly became a suspect, and detectives swiftly brought him in for questioning.
Trying to just piece together what's going on. I do not believe that you have any part in this. You're not under arrest. You're free to get up and leave anytime you want to. Okay, I want you to understand that. We just want you to help us so that we can try to piece together what happened.
Okay.
So where all have you been today?
Today?
Yes, sir.
Just to Walmart.
Okay, so you left from your house and went to Walmart, and then tell me what happened when you got to Walmart.
I got there around noon or so. Had a short grocery list, just a couple of things, milk, flour, eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Wife's doing some baking. Came back out to the truck. I noticed something in the back and looked a little weird, so opened it up. I saw what looked like blood, and I backed away and called 911.
Okay. You didn't see what was in the bag?
No.
Okay.
Well, I saw there was another bag, and it looked like there was some red liquid all over it and maybe some socks or something.
Okay.
And that was all I saw.
Detectives were confident in Adam's innocence, reasoning that a guilty person wouldn't likely call 911 themselves or answer every question with such credible detail.
Have you noticed anything unusual last night and heard any noises, anybody strange in the neighborhood, vehicles, anything like that?
No. I have seen a guy walking down the street, older gentleman with a backpack a couple of times, and I don't know where he's going to, but
okay.
I see him walking up and down Malvern, and then I walk down our street, so I don't know if he just walks everywhere or what, but I don't know him.
Would there be anywhere on your street that maybe somebody has a homeless camp? Like, is there any woods or anything right around your house or anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
With leads drying up, detectives turned to Johnny A. Goodwin, Connie's husband of nearly 45 years, as the next possible suspect. Overwhelmed with grief over his wife's tragic and mysterious death, Johnny grew even more alarmed upon discovering that Aaron's hiking gear was missing from his room. Fearing the worst and with no sign of his son, he quickly filed a missing person report, desperate to uncover what had happened to Aaron, who had vanished without a trace on the same day as his mother's death.
Come on in and have a seat anywhere.
Okay.
And I'll be right back. And I appreciate you coming in.
That's fine. Mom? Yeah. Hi. Hey, I can't talk right now. I'm at the police station. Because Aaron went missing, and I turned him in as a missing person. And they came to the motel and just got me here about 20 minutes ago. So I'm sitting in here waiting for him to come and talk to me, I guess.
When did that happen?
Last night he went missing and never came back this morning.
Having been the closest to Connie, Johnny became the focal point for detectives, who asserted their authority to extract every detail he knew. The severity of the crime left no room for leaving any stone unturned.
Mr. Goodwin, this is Detective Hunter Scott. I'm Detective Sergeant Freeman.
How are you?
I'm all right. There's my credentials if you'd like to see it.
Okay.
All right, so, like I said, we're here to ask you about this report, do some follow-up with you about this report you made this morning about your son. Now, your son is Aaron Enoch Goodwin, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and you're John Goodwin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Just so I know, the officers do the best they can as making reports with all the complete details, but let me just let you just act like you're starting from the very beginning with me and tell me what's going on with your son and all of that.
Are you guys believers? Can I ask you that? Are you Christians?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. That might help.
Okay.
I think, I'm not sure. He's not been right. And he thinks God wanted him to go on a walkabout, and I'm trying to help him. And I brought him down here and rented that place for 3 days. He was going to go on his walkabout. So I went in and rented it. Came back out, he's going through his gear, and I'm just standing there talking to him. And he goes, well, yeah, I'll be up in a minute. Okay. I him hauled around a little bit, talking with him. I said, well, I can see you want me to leave. I don't know. So you can do whatever you're going to do. Went up to the room, probably a span of an hour or so, and I go, something's not right. You know, he'd been up here by now. And when I'm down, he's gone. His gear's gone.
Then, just when the investigation seemed to be heading in one direction, an unexpected piece of information emerged from Johnny's explanations. Despite being an adult, Aaron still lived with his parents and had yet to fully embrace adulthood, often getting derailed from his goals and ambitions. As Johnny put it, he was not thinking right. However, the detective would soon uncover something far more alarming than this.
I'll refer back to this. Does he work anywhere?
He was working at the Eagles Club in Nevada, Missouri, but he just dropped out. A month ago, maybe.
How long has he lived in this trailer next to you?
Oh, too long.
Okay. How old is he?
What I mean is, he's dropped out. You know what I'm saying?
Dropped out.
Of life. He's not taking care of stuff.
Okay. Does he have any mental diagnoses?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Not really, but I mean, you can tell when someone's not thinking right, saying off the wall stuff, like about God and stuff even, you know, it's like.
Johnny's son, Aaron, exhibited troubling behavioral changes that Johnny attributed to the traumatic brain injuries Aaron had sustained in the past. These injuries, he suggested, might have contributed to Aaron's increasingly erratic and disturbing behavior. Meanwhile, detectives were still piecing together the chain of events that led to the grim discovery they'd made.
Mom.
I found out she did dead this morning.
Do you find out
They
that
found her dead this morning.
who did?
A co-worker. She didn't come into work, and they found her dead out in the tub.
And that's your wife?
That's my wife.
Are y'all still married?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Her name was Connie. So, I've been trying to piece this day together, obviously. I don't know. I'm waiting. I was so messed up. I called my brother to come and drive me home. My brother and sister-in-law, and they're on their way. I didn't think I could drive when I found out. I couldn't have. I did okay now.
Okay, so you're saying that someone found your wife's coworker found her?
That's correct.
Dead in the tub?
Yeah, she did. She didn't clock in, and they got worried.
And when did you receive this information?
This morning, after I'd called here a little while, maybe hour or so later.
So after you reported your son missing, you found out that your wife was deceased?
This was the first time Johnny spoke about his deceased wife and how he had received the news of her death. Detectives couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about him. There was a notable absence of emotion in his voice when discussing the woman he'd been married to for 45 years. Still, they chose to give him the benefit of the doubt.
So y'all went straight to the hotel, checked in somewhere around 8 o'clock last night?
I'd say so, yeah.
So when y'all checked in, who checked in? You or?
I did.
Okay.
And then when I came out to give him his key card, that's the story I told you. He was milling around in his gear and getting stuff ready. And he didn't act like he wanted to be there. And I could tell that. I could take a hint, I guess. I said, well, I'll go settle in. And like I said, after an hour went by, I said, something is not right. He should have been up here. He didn't have that much gear. Backpack. I don't know what else. I didn't look.
So after about an hour, being in the room for about an hour, you said something's not right because he hadn't come up to the room, so you went out to check on him?
Yeah, I got that funny feeling, you know how you do? Like he should be here.
Right.
But surely by now.
Okay.
Yeah, then gone.
And so when you went down to check, he wasn't there?
He wasn't there.
Okay.
And so I walked around, but there's not many places to walk to.
Right.
The lake right there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't walk around that far because I didn't know where to go, of course. But it's just weird.
Okay. How long were y'all planning on being down here?
3 days. Well, I was going to try to talk him into going home, and I was missing work because of weather. And I thought, maybe we could just turn around and go back home. But he planned on 3 days, but I wasn't going to stay until he came up missing. Then I heard about my wife this morning. And I couldn't drive this morning after that. I couldn't focus for a minute. I knew where I was, but it's like, what the hell is going on here?
Now, Connie is Aaron's biological mother, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And
I know it's crazy, ain't it? That's what I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
I've been trying to piece it all together.
Johnny presented a deeply unsettling demeanor. He was calm and composed, appearing highly organized, calculated, and articulate. Yet at this point in the interrogation, these very traits could turn against him.
you've tried calling him, right?
Yeah.
And is it going straight to his voicemail, or is it ringing a few times before it goes to a voicemail, or?
It rang a few times. Then I text.
All right.
Do you know what kind of phone he has?
Matter of fact, I didn't tell you that. I have his phone because somebody brought it to the desk this morning. I got this text. I don't have it on me, but I got this text from him this morning, or from his phone. This said, found this phone in the bed of my truck in Hot Springs. Not sure why it's in the bed of my truck, but I'm leaving it at the front desk of the Doubletree Inn in Hot Springs. I said, okay, thanks.
And that was today?
Yes, this morning. I didn't think to grab that thing. I should have did that. So I was wondering about him. So whoever it was returned his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be on their surveillance?
Maybe.
What if it was him?
Maybe.
why would he be there at that time in the morning? You know, see, after I didn't see him.
Johnny admitted that he had briefly checked his son's phone, hoping to find clues about his whereabouts. As he recounted what he discovered, detectives realized that this information could completely alter the course of the investigation.
And you said there were messages about condolences
from his friend, one of his friends, just the one, about his mom. That came later in the day. He probably saw it on Facebook or something, my assumption.
Was that posted on Facebook?
I don't know. Or somebody may have told him.
Do you know what happened?
No, I haven't found out
Did they
yet.
tell you anything about it?
Last I knew, right before you guys came, they took her to the funeral home, and then they were going to take her for an autopsy. Is that the way you do it normally?
Depends. They didn't tell you anything about,
Nobody. Yeah, I was talking. That's what Keela, I think she was trying to tell me when she called. She said, I got to talk to you when you're done. So I assume, I was just talking to her about that she might have some news on that. But.
Okay.
So, I wrote this down.
I know.
My memory is terrible.
This is a weird
Please
story.
forgive me.
I know.
So who?
I guess you guys see a lot.
So you said Connie's co-worker found her.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. And then your son-in-law is the one that called you.
Yeah. See, he's off on military business in Indiana or somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember. But they got a hold of him, and he got a hold of me because her co-worker is also his niece.
Okay. The one that found her is...
That's correct.
Is Terry's niece.
It's Terry's niece.
Okay.
They got in by the law. The law got them in because the door was locked. And because I called her, no answer. Oh, what the heck? Well, she has, I call them seizures. They don't diagnose her as that. They call them, the doctors actually call them spells because they can't figure out what's wrong with her.
Johnny soon mentioned a few of Erin's belongings that were unusual for anyone. The details left the detectives stunned to their core.
Intending on staying here for 3 days?
No, I was going to just go back to work.
Okay.
This morning.
But was Erin planning on staying here for 3 days? Because the reservation was for 3 days, right?
That was his plan.
Okay.
Because I said, if we're going to do this, you got to have a plan. I'm not just chasing my tail now. And that was his plan. He told me.
Okay. Do you know what all he had in his backpack?
I have no idea. I just
change of clothes, food.
Oh, sure, he had clothes.
Okay.
It wasn't a real big backpack. He did have a black plastic bag too, though. Come to think of it, like a trash bag.
Okay.
It's not in the truck or anything. So that's gone. So he might have had stuff in there. Well, I'm sure he did. He threw it in the back when we left. It was raining. I just assumed he's keeping it dry. So that's true. He could have that black backpack was black, and then a black trash can. I mean, he could have dumped it.
By the time of this interview, every officer was aware of the black trash bag Johnny mentioned and the grim discovery it held.
So everyone left, and I was leaving. Here's where it gets weird. As I was leaving, I said, "Are you ready?" I said goodbye to Connie, kiss, and all that. I locked the door behind me. He said, "I need you to go to Walmart, which is in Fort Scott. Here's Fort Scott. Here's my house." I said, I need you to get a pair of black gloves, dress gloves, leather if you can. Well, you don't have no such thing.
Black dress leather gloves?
Yeah. Okay, so I said, why don't we get them on the way? Why backtrack? He said, would you do it for me? He said, I got to have prayer. I need a little time. Okay. I went there. That was about maybe 15-minute drive.
He didn't go with you?
No, he stayed there.
Okay.
He stayed there. That was the whole deal. He said he wanted to have prayer for a while. Would I go get these gloves? I said, well, just wait. No, I really need you to do this. So I went to look for them. I didn't find any, but I did buy a couple items from Walmart. And I noticed on my receipt I checked out at 12, I think it was 12:32. Because I was trying to put all these times together.
Okay.
I was, today, when I finally got myself together, I got to thinking about, this is weird. Okay? So I come home, and here's my driveway, here's the road, And there he is at the end of the driveway. Well, I thought it was weird. I stopped. He threw the plastic bag in there. He already had his backpack in there, I think, and hopped in. And I said, already said bye to Mom. I guess I'm ready. I just wanted to get down here before dark because I can't see very well, driving in the dark and the rain together. And I didn't know if it was raining or not. That's it. Then we left.
Did you tell him that you couldn't find the gloves, or?
Right. I said we'd have to go to JCPenney's or something like that. That's what the lady at the store suggested. Because I said, is there a men's clothing store around? No, no fortune.
Didn't say what he wanted black dress leather gloves for?
He'd been just all black lately. Black clothes, for the most part. No, he didn't say why. I wondered that too. So where you got, I don't know what you're doing.
And he's at his trailer when he asked you to do this?
Okay, here's the trailer sets here, my driveway's here. He was right just at the end of the driveway. I just drove, and the road is here, so I just stopped. I found that strange. But not really, I guess, because he was wanting to get going,
Right.
Johnny was now revealing details that quickly captured the detective's attention. Details that could help untangle the complexities of the case.
But when he asked you to go get the gloves, where was he at?
He was right here. Here's my door. Here's his trailer. He was right about here because the truck was pulled in here.
Okay.
And I'm ready to go.
Right.
Because it's going to get dark, I said, okay, whatever. It's just going to take more time. So I noticed, I was wondering what time we actually left. So if I clocked out there, on my receipt, I bought some heat, something else, I don't know, a couple items. It was 12:32. So if it took me 15 minutes to get home, see, it's nearly 1 time we left, 1:45 or something.
Okay.
It's about a 12-15 minute drive to that store from my house.
Okay.
The route I took.
Okay.
And I didn't go back in the house because I knew she was working anyway, and we'd already said goodbye. She thought I was gone. She didn't know about this little deal, about running around chasing my tail.
Okay. So when you said goodbye to Connie, she thought you were
gone.
Yeah, and then afterwards you say Aaron
wanted me to go do this errand. Well, he said he had a prayer. He said, I gotta have prayer before we go.
Okay.
One final time. That'll give me time. I'm not understanding that, but you don't think he killed her, do you?
Mr. Goodwin, I have no idea.
That's what after I got to thinking, oh my God. I don't either. But that's why I did a kind of went back in my mind as best I could and looked at texts and phone calls and those receipts to try to put a time on it.
What's your feeling?
I think he might. I think he might have.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I'll leave nothing out. If I think of something, I will. I don't know. It's just been acting so crazy. I don't want to believe that.
For the first time, Johnny began to openly entertain the possibility that his son may have been involved in Connie's death. At this stage in the investigation, two scenarios emerged. Either Aaron killed his mother, or Johnny was attempting to shift the blame onto his son. At 7:43 p.m., Johnny's truck is captured on camera pulling into the hotel parking lot. He checks in at the lobby and heads to the elevators, just as he described. The only significant discrepancy is that he's seen entering and exiting the building more times than he mentioned, particularly using the elevator. However, the detectives felt compelled to check the CCTV footage outside the hotel as well, where they captured something very disturbing that finally answered many of the lingering questions in the case. This footage comes from the parking lot, showing Aaron walking away from Johnny's truck with a black trash bag in his hand, the same bag believed to contain his mother's head. He appears lost and aimless, wandering for a while before eventually returning to place the bag in the back of a nearby truck belonging to Adam Webb, an innocent bystander caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. After that, Aaron disappears off camera, walking into the darkness.
All right. Some of my other coworkers have been in contact with Vernon County, Missouri, and I don't know how else other states to say this other than just come out and right out and say it. They are investigating Connie's death as a homicide investigation. They haven't given us a whole lot of details, but with being told that, and also that it is believed that Aaron may have had something to do with it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So if there's anything else that you know, you need to tell us.
That's it.
In any conversation down here with that information, knowing that, any conversation on your way down here.
There was a note.
There was a note.
I forgot about that. It's in my cup holder. It said something like, I thought I was doing God's will.
In this note.
That's all it said.
And you found that when?
This morning. Yeah, but I stuck it in my cup holder.
Where was it when you found it?
It was on my console, top of my console.
Okay. And it says...
And it was on top of the room key, and I just stuck it in my cup holder, but then I got to thinking about that.
And it said what again?
I believed I was doing God's will, but I didn't know what that meant, so it didn't make sense to me.
That's the whole content of the note?
That's it.
Aaron was undoubtedly peculiar. There was no doubt that he was not in a right state of mind. A few days before his mother's death, he left a troubling voicemail for his father that vividly reflected his distorted psyche.
You guys have got to get out of there. Do not be home on Halloween. I'm serious. John, you got to renounce Emmanuel as the Savior. Go back to Jesus. I'm not shitting you. The Aryans are coming.
Every time we leave, we get more information, so... Again, some of my coworkers have been contacting Vernon County. We've got a search warrant for your truck, a search warrant for your hotel room. We have the trash bag that was in your truck that you said Aaron was doing something with last time you saw him. And there is evidence in that bag that relates to the death of your wife.
There's more, ain't there?
I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this.
Okay.
I guess the easiest way for let me walk you through my day. I guess let's do that. Let's do it that way. I'm going to be a little graphic with you, just so I make sure that you understand exactly what's happening here. Okay. So we get a call today at the local Walmart here in town. Okay. That a gentleman has called 911, and he has told the operator that there is a black trash bag in his truck, in the bell of his truck. He's never seen it before.
No matter how steady and strong detectives are trained to be, explaining such tragedies to the family members of victims is always difficult. What the detectives were about to reveal to Johnny would change his life forever.
And whenever he opened this truck, there was blood inside the bag that had come out.
There was blood in the bag?
Yes, sir.
Lots of blood? I mean, from what? I mean...
Also,
I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
There is...
How bad was she?
There is...
How bad was she?
There is a body part
Oh, God, man.
in this bag.
What was it, her?
And it, by all intents and purposes, it does appear that it is your wife. So I think you now maybe can understand a little bit why we're treating this the way that we are, and why we're trying to get as much information from you as we possibly can.
How come you think it's her? Tell me, just tell me.
You want me to be blunt with you?
Yeah.
Your wife was decapitated.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding. Nobody told me. They knew, didn't they? I mean, my family knew.
I don't know what
we don't know
they
if
have
they
been
knew.
told.
If law enforcement went out with them, they probably didn't let them see her.
But Becca went in there, I heard.
Usually, if law enforcement goes out with
maybe not
someone, they aren't going to let her in.
Oh my God.
Investigators come to realize that Johnny is not involved in his wife's death or his son's disappearance. Tragically, his life is unraveled in just 24 hours through no fault of his own. Aaron was nowhere to be found after the tragedy until 5 months later, when officers on the outskirts of Hot Springs, Arkansas, received a call from a local family.
Okay.
Yeah, this is thick. We're taking these easy.
So how did you guys find this? I mean, I know you were looking at timber, but I mean, how did y'all end up in here?
I wanted to cruise the side to see if I could find a homeless encampment.
Ah, so you saw this like a little bit of clear cut, and so you started hiking. I got you.
Yeah, really, I don't know that this is your way, but okay. You want it for it?
Alright. That's gonna be... Yeah. I guarantee you. Let me see your gloves. The rest of the body's there.
Yeah, see how it's sticking out on that
Feet. Oh. It's the jacket. Oh yeah, you see the insect activity?
Intoxication in the area of 833 Central.
Watch out, what?
Right
Right here.
male, hat, jeans, and jean jacket. Appears to be extremely intoxicated.
Alright.
Walking back and forth in the crosswalk.
Yeah, they could have just died right here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Here.
And animals just got into them.
Aaron Goodwin, the prime suspect in the murder and beheading of his mother, Connie, in their Deerfield, Missouri home, was found dead from an apparent suicide. To this day, the reasons behind Aaron Goodwin's tragic act remain a mystery.
He was still saying something, and I picked up the mirror, and the blood was dripping. It got all over my face. So I don't know, and something just from drip, like into the drip got all in the morning. And You drink what? His blood.
The details of this crime are darker than your worst nightmares.
One side of my head telling him you did it wrong, you did it wrong, but at the same time, go ahead, keep doing it, keep doing it. They telling me, keep kill again, keep take this out, keep doing it. Kill it.
What followed was a murder so brutal, so utterly monstrous, that even the U.S. Supreme Court turned a deaf ear to Pablo's pleas, not just once, but twice.
This morning, the U.S. Supreme Court was asked to block the scheduled execution of Pablo Vasquez. He's the man who killed 12-year-old David Cardenas.
David Cardenas was just a 12-year-old child on the night of April 18, 1998, when Pablo Lucio Vasquez snatched his life away.
I don't know if they're back then. I blacked out. I started hearing voices in my head. And I told my cousin that somebody told me to kill him.
But this wasn't just a confession. It was the haunting revelation of a man who almost became a vampire. In this spine-chilling interrogation, watch as detectives uncovered the disturbing crime details of the murder of David Cardenas while unmasking a monster in disguise. But to grasp the full horror, it's important to first look back at April 18, 1998, and unravel the events leading up to this crime. On the evening of April 18th, David was last seen at a neighborhood party. When he didn't come home, his family's worry quickly turned to dread. Then, on April 19, 1998, an anonymous tip shook Hidalgo County. This anonymous tip mentioned that a 12-year-old boy named David Cardenas had been murdered at that very party. What exactly happened on April 18th was shrouded in mystery. The investigation began with more questions than answers, but detectives were able to identify 15-year-old Andres Chapa as a suspect. Police also found out something interesting. Andres, also known as Andy, was actually David's friend and the one who invited him to the party. Through his testimony, detectives were able to find David's body 4 days after the incident on April 22, 1998. What the detectives found while discovering David's body left them in sheer shock. The autopsy report exposed the chilling details of the murder. A deep wound at the top of the head, a slashed throat, one arm completely severed, another partially detached, skin torn from the boy's back, several brutal facial wounds, likely from a heavy tool. Each finding painted a picture more disturbing than the last. Detectives now faced the pressing question: what could drive someone to commit such a savage attack on a 12-year-old? Eager for answers, detectives pressed Andy, who quickly confessed and named his accomplice, 20-year-old Pablo Lucio Vasquez. The hunt led them over 325 miles away to Conroe, a Houston suburb, where they finally made the arrest. Once arrested, Pablo wastes no time confessing. But this isn't just an ordinary admission. It is far more disturbing than anything the detectives had expected.
Okay, Pablo, can you tell us what occurred? I want you to start since Friday. Friday the 17th of April. Me, Andy, and David were going to a party. We were looking for and we got invited to that party. So first we had our dog, we walked in the dog, and then we got there, and so they asked us if we could come back. So we did, we took the dog home and came back. And when we were there, they asked us where to drink, so we started drinking there. And we stayed there for at least 2 or 3 hours until it was over. What time did you get there? Like 9, 8, 9. First it was early, the daytime. It was day stick. And then we got back, we took off. I came back. And me and Andy and David came back. And they said we wanted to drink. So I got a beer that I was drinking. The beer finished, so they passed a bottle of liquor. And I was drinking liquor. And I remember by the time I was really buzzing. What type of liquor? don't know if it was precedented. Because it was strong, they poured a lot into mine. I was already feeling drunk. So somebody smoked there, so I started smoking some too. And I did boxing and everything.
You did what?
Coke. I did some. Pues yeah, I was already loaded. De rato. We decided, yeah, because the party was finishing. Somebody gives a right.
David was just 12 when he was invited to the party, where Pablo and Andy were openly smoking, consuming hard drugs, and drinking alcohol. It's possible that David, too, was pulled into the mix, as he was an easy and vulnerable target. Andy, also underage, was part of the reckless scene. But Detective Ricardo Suarez soon discovers that things took a dark turn as the three left the party that night.
What time did you guys go home?
It was about 12. It was already like gonna be Saturday morning that night. It wasn't the daytime. I didn't know where that little guy was gonna go. He took off.
What little guy?
David. I don't know what is he gonna do, so he followed us. He went with us. They gave us the right to the house. And me and Andy were there. And he went to the back. I went inside. And I came to the back. And I told Andy, what's up with the plan? And he said, I don't know. He's rolling weed in the back. And I don't know, did it back then. I blacked out. I started hearing voices in my head. And I told my cousin that somebody told me to kill him. So I snuck up on him. And he fell down.
Where'd you hit him with?
The pipe.
Where'd you get the pipe at?
It was on the floor, like where he was at. And he looked at me at first, but then Andy looked at me too, and like, he just didn't have my feelings or nothing.
Did Andy try to stop you before you hit him?
No. Well, he didn't say nothing. He just looked at it. Like he felt something was wrong. And so I felt.
Where'd you hit him at?
Somewhere here.
What was he doing when you hit him behind the head?
He was looking at me. And then he said something, I don't know. And I like 3 or 4 times. And he was right there, and he was still alive.
When you hit him 3 or 4 times, where did you hit him at?
He was still alive. And Andy told me, you killed him. And I go, no, he's not dead, he's still alive. So I went inside, and Andy was getting everything, like, stuff ready, so I told him we were going to bury him. And he said, yeah. And I got him, and we took him, and Andy had the shovel.
Okay, you went inside for what?
Huh?
What'd you go inside for?
I just went inside to go check inside. Like, did anybody heard anything?
Was anybody awake?
Yeah. And like, nobody was awake. So we came back outside, and my cousin had a knife in his pocket.
Your cousin who?
Andy.
Okay.
And I saw him, and I got the knife, and I.
Pablo's disturbingly neutral expression as he recounts the brutal details of trying to kill David hint at something far darker than apathy. It actually reveals a chilling detachment from the horror of his actions. He sounds like he is narrating an everyday incident rather than a gruesome crime. He speaks as if he only observed the violence rather than committed it. This emotional disconnect suggests a distorted sense of self, where Pablo either cannot or maybe refuses to acknowledge the monstrous nature of his actions. But what he will confess after this is beyond comprehension.
And then he was still like, talking and stuff. When I picked him up, I just put him on my shoulder like that, and I carried him, and I threw him on the floor because he was too heavy, and I grabbed him from my hand. I picked him up, I grabbed him, and he was still saying something, and I picked up in the air, and the blood was dripping. It got all over my face. So I don't know, and something just from juke, like I took a drink of water in the morning, and
you drank what?
His blood. And I don't know, and my face was cleaner with his blood, and I put him down because I felt weird. I don't know. And then my cousin said he's still alive or something like that. And I took him across the road, like what was that his name? In the area where they found him.
When Pablo describes drinking David's blood, there is a subtle yet unsettling excitement in his voice. This shift in demeanor, no matter how slight, speaks volumes about the nature of his psyche. It is a hallmark of psychopathy, a trait often seen in individuals who derive pleasure from revisiting their violent actions. For people like Pablo, reliving the moment of horror serves as a source of gratification. Psychopaths often lack empathy, but they compensate for that emotional void by seeking excitement through destructive means.
And he was saying something, and my cousin got to show him, and like 5, 6 times in the face. And all I knew was that he was really good.
When you hit him on the face, what was the guy saying? What was David saying?
He was saying something, I don't know, he was mumbling something.
Any words that you can remember?
He was just saying, oh, like, I don't know if he said dope or something, but he was saying something. But I heard it was, I seen his blood gushing, I heard it, and I panicked, so I was just go put him back there. So we took him back there, and we started digging the vault. And the dirt was too hard, so we just dug a little tiny hole, and I put him there, and by the time I was just finding stuff to cover him up with, and we covered him, and I put grass and pieces of wood on him. And by the time I realized, I took off his ring, but I lost it somewhere right there, and his chain was busted. I threw that away too. And from then on, we walked to Randy's house, and I took a shower, and my cousin got the clothes that was full of blood, because I was wearing.
Your cousin who?
Andy. Okay. He got the boxers that I was wearing were covered with blood, and he told his mom that he was cooling or something like that. And
his mom was awake?
No, she wasn't. In the morning, they asked us, well, why are you doing so late, coming home so late? So we were drunk. And she asked us that the next morning, and the next morning I woke up, I realized that I had done something bad, and my phone got you. And I just wanted to get out of it. And I waited all day there, just thinking about what I had done. And so I wanted to do something too, because I told my cousin Randy, I looked at him and I feel like because I did something wrong. And he looked at me and he goes, oh no, don't do that. And after that, I told him I want to leave. I want to leave because they find me out, they're going to kill me no matter what. They say this, and my cousin goes, no, because no, don't go and all this shit. And I told him, I have to leave. You could have done it, man. I got both of us in trouble with them, anything. And he said, yeah. So that day passed. The next night, that's when I saw my uncle, and I had.
The next night being when?
Saturday was already Saturday morning. Then Saturday night, I told my uncle that I was beating because.
Your uncle who?
My uncle, Andy's dad, sure. And I told him that because I did something bad, and he goes, man, he got mad at me for doing that.
What exactly did you tell him?
That I had done something bad, that I had hurt some kid really bad.
And who'd you tell this to?
My uncle.
What's your uncle's name?
John.
John?
Yeah. One? Yeah.
So you told him Saturday night that you had done something bad?
Yeah. But then
Did you show him the chain?
Yeah, I showed him the chain. I said, look, this is where I took it from, but I threw it away at the same time. That same night I threw it. I don't remember because I was in the car. I threw it. I touched it.
You were in the car going?
Well, I stayed there until the next morning, right? And then I asked my uncle if I could go back to Houston. And he said, well, I don't want no trouble. And I go, no. But I was just thinking, man, I got into because everything that I did, they got back to me.
Though Pablo briefly mentions his desire to take his own life out of guilt, his voice and body language tell a different story. His confession is rushed, as if he's more eager to escape the interrogation than deal with any real remorse. This disconnect raises questions about the authenticity of his guilt. What's even more unsettling is the reaction of his family. While David's family was devastated after finding their son in that condition, Pablo's family tried to shield him after the crime he committed. Despite Pablo's admission to one of his uncles, no one in his family reported the murder. This complicity is as disturbing as the crime itself. This reaction points to a deeply ingrained dysfunction within the family dynamics. In this case, the family's silence becomes a form of complicity, deepening the disturbing nature of the crime itself. As the weight of the truth begins to surface, Pablo starts showing fleeting signs of remorse. But what he reveals next is worse than the most disturbing nightmare David's parents could have ever had.
And I'm sorry for killing that little girl. But I had a chance to go back in time, but I've never done it. The autopsy says that someone, we don't know who, the piece of his back off. And there was a knife. How did it wasn't me, probably how did it do it? But I don't think I did that. I think when we dragged him, because we dragged him on the cement, maybe the cement scraped his back.
No, there was a nice cut all the way across his back, like a knife, or like somebody took a knife to his back and cut it, like cut it off.
We were trying to cut off his head. They were trying to cut off his head to show. Kept hitting him and hitting him.
Who was?
Me and Andy, because we were trying just to tear him.
What was your reason for trying to cut off his head?
The devil was telling me to take it away from him.
Who was?
The devil was telling me to take it away from him, to keep it, and it couldn't come off. I was just freaking out because I was hearing it.
And what about Andy? What was he hearing?
I don't know, he was just like, going with it too, I guess.
Did Andy blood?
No, he threw up. He saw me. I told him, why did you do that? You didn't hear him? I told him, he was telling me to do that. And I heard it. And he just wanted to know when we did it.
Have you gone back? Did you go back the next day, on Saturday, to go see him?
No, I didn't go back.
You never went back after that night?
Pablo confesses that even after repeatedly hitting David and slashing his throat, the boy was still clinging to life, and this revelation takes the horror to a new level. For any parent, the idea that their child suffered through such relentless brutality is unimaginable. Yet, Pablo explains it with the same detachment that marked his earlier confession, stating that he and Andres had to continue hitting David, this time on the face, to ensure he died faster. The coldness in his tone shows a shocking lack of empathy, almost as if David's resilience was a mere inconvenience rather than the desperate fight for survival of a terrified child. It is clear for the detectives to see that there is something extremely wrong with Pablo. As they push him more, Pablo confesses to something very intense about himself.
Have you ever felt like that before?
Yeah, the one I was in California.
How long ago was this?
Before I came from California.
How long ago was this?
Like 2 days before Christmas. But I got here on New Year's. I was on the bus right here on Christmas. And I was here on New Year's Day.
Had you been drinking when you heard that the first time in December?
So I was on, there was some other drug that they have out there called.
Where is this, in California?
Yeah.
And
I got addicted to that, actually like addicted, but I stayed up for 2 whole weeks without sleep. And I was dressed in black and it was the middle of the night and I tried to talk with you and I tied a rope on it and I put a rope on my neck and my uncle was calling me and I told him that I couldn't get down because somebody told me to jump there and if I jumped the rope was going to take me.
what's your uncle's name?
My uncle, Guero.
What's his name?
I don't know his full name, but
Where's this at?
California.
What part of California?
Tulare County, Visalia.
Is that where he lives at, in Visalia?
Yeah. But he was freaking out of me too, but he had to come up the tree and get me down. Cause the whole people.
Did he call the police?
He just told me, man, he was not to. He was talking me out of it. He talked me out of it, and he kept talking, and I started listening to him.
Pablo's confession about his attempt to take his own life is a clear indicator that he was spiraling long before he committed the murder. This admission isn't just a passing comment, it signifies a deep internal struggle that has been left unchecked. His thoughts were a cry for help, a red flag signaling severe emotional and psychological distress. Ignoring or overlooking this distress meant that the underlying issues driving Pablo's violent tendencies were never addressed, which likely played a critical role in his ultimate outburst against a vulnerable 12-year-old boy. In fact, when detectives ask why he has been so forthcoming during the interrogation, his answer hints at the same underlying turmoil. His honesty stems from a place of unresolved guilt and desperation.
Why are you telling us the truth? Because you want to know the truth, and I don't want to have that inside me all along. Because I know the truth. But I don't want to be like constantly thinking about it, because it's going to drive me crazy, and I'll end up.
Pablo Vasquez confessed to the murder following his arrest and was indicted on capital murder charges for David Cardenas' death and the theft of his jewelry. In March 1999, he was convicted and sentenced to death in Hidalgo County. After years of multiple appeals, Pablo was executed on April 6, 2016, at the age of 38. Andres, being a minor at the time, was also convicted but received a 35-year sentence. He became eligible for parole in 2015, but was denied, eventually receiving it in 2020.
Even earlier in the day, he had expressed remorse over the crime and was trying to figure out how exactly he would say that to the family.
In Pablo's final hour, both his and David's families were present. Justice, long awaited, was finally served.
Vasquez begins his statement. It says, "It's time." He says, "You got your justice," and apologizes to the victim's family. 6:10. His cousins say, "I love you" against the glass and make hearts with their hands. 6:11. The lethal dose begins. 6:35. The lethal injection process is over.
The impact of one man's crime left a haunting mark on both families, forever altering their lives in ways they could never have imagined. Pablo Vasquez's crime was not just a horrific act of violence, but a reflection of deeper psychological issues that went unaddressed for far too long. Could early intervention have prevented David from this tragedy? How much responsibility lies with those who chose to conceal the truth rather than confront it?
I was looking at him, I was like, die. I just wanted them to die. I was so angry at my family, I wanted them dead.
Meet Michael Miller, a man who committed a soul-shattering betrayal against his entire family, then placed a chilling 911 call that would expose his unimaginable crime.
911, what is your emergency?
I just killed my family with a knife. All of them, all three of them.
What's your name?
Michael Miller. This
How-
isn't a joke.
What the detectives found wasn't just a crime scene. It was a house of horrors, soaked in tragedy and shrouded in the eerie silence of a home torn apart.
Then I see my wife laying in a pool of blood. I see my daughter laying in a pool of blood.
Michael's words sent a shiver through the detectives, not just from the gruesome details, but because of the monstrous truth lurking beneath them. The real horror wasn't in the way he killed his family, but in the darkness that drove him to it. And when the truth finally surfaced, it proved more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. Michael Miller, 29, lived in Glendale, Arizona with his wife Adriana and their two children, 10-year-old Valerie and 4-year-old Brian. But on May 30th, 2009, a 911 call altered the course of his life forever.
911, what is your emergency?
I just killed my family with a knife. All of them, all three of them.
What's your name?
Michael Miller. This
How-
isn't a joke.
I'm sorry?
This isn't a joke.
Okay.
Please come out here right away because I am terrified.
Are you sure they're not breathing?
My son was.
Where's your wife at?
They're all here in the kitchen. Please come out here right away.
Okay, you need to stay on the phone with me, okay?
I'm on the phone with you.
Just stay on the phone with me. Your name is what again, Mike?
Michael Miller.
Michael, okay. Have you been having some problems?
I don't know if it did something, but I'm not myself. I'm possessed.
Where's your wife at in the kitchen? Is she on the floor? Is she
on
in
the
a
floor.
chair?
She's on the floor.
Okay, what's her name?
Adriana Miller.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No, I'm not.
Okay. You don't have any other weapons on you?
No.
Okay, what color shirt do you have on?
I'm in my underwear.
Okay, I've got officers on the way. You just need to stay on the phone with me till they get there, okay? Is there anybody else in the house?
No,
Do you have a shirt on or just your underwear?
I'm just in regular underwear.
Are there any other weapons inside the house?
No,
Are you sure that you did this and you're not dreaming?
no, I'm positive.
Upon arrival, officers discovered Adriana, Valerie, and Brian lying in a pool of blood in the kitchen with bloody footprints trailing through the house. While Adriana and Valerie were pronounced dead at the scene, Brian was still clinging to life, critically injured. Michael was found in his bedroom, dazed and wearing only his underwear. Confronted with the slaughterhouse he'd created, Michael didn't resist as detectives slapped on the cuffs. But the real horror would unfold in the interrogation room.
How's that? My arms were behind my back for so long that God knows that I just... Oh, it feels so good to get...
Okay, you want to put the blanket on? You can? Or you can leave it off. I'm going to be in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And there's your water.
Thank you. Jail for 1,000 years. I'm telling the truth. Just want to get out of here. Jesus, set me free. Set me free, Jesus.
From the very beginning, Michael's words reveal a conflicted and desperate mind. He seems more focused on escaping the situation than on taking responsibility. Left alone, he mutters about confessing, seemingly indifferent to the weight of his crimes. Despite having stabbed 3 people, he's already positioning himself as the victim, trying to evoke sympathy before the full truth even comes to light.
God, it hurts. My shoulders hurt so bad. Oh my God.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, my shoulders hurt so bad.
Is it like a little sore or?
Like, just, yeah, it's sore. It's because my arms were back there for so long and now it's like, it feels good to stretch them out.
Can you lift them up? Stretch?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, it feels good. Oh, I was in those cuffs for a long time.
Sorry about that. Hey, Michael, like I said downstairs, my name is Brad McMillan. I'm a detective with the Glendale Police Department.
Okay.
Okay. I was asked to come in here and talk to you about why we're here and what happened.
I want to know. Yeah.
But before we do that, I just need to get some information from you.
Let's do it.
Okay. What's your last name?
Miller.
Can you spell it?
Miller.
Uh-huh. And spell your first name?
Michael.
Do you have a middle name?
Brian.
Is it B-R?
Ian.
Okay. And Michael, do you like to go by Mike or Michael?
Either or. It doesn't matter. I'm called Mike or Michael. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Mike,
okay.
whatever you're comfortable with.
What do you do there?
I deliver pizzas.
Oh, okay.
I'm a pizza delivery driver.
How long have you done that?
I've been doing it for about 3 or 4 months now.
Good job?
It started off good, but lately the economy's getting worse and less people are buying pizzas, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of hit you too, huh?
Yeah. But it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. It's okay. It's better than what I was doing before.
What were you doing before?
I was a shipping clerk. I packed medicines and put medicines in bags and ship them off. But I was standing in one spot for 10 hours a day, putting medicine in a bag and putting a label on it and shipping it.
Got a little boring is what you're saying.
Yeah,
huh?
This is much different because you cook the pizzas, you do the toppings, you drive, you make money, you get tips.
So you actually cook the pizzas too?
Yeah, well, it goes to an oven. It goes to a little.
Right, but I mean, you actually prepare them?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. You like that?
I actually like delivering the best. Yeah. I like delivering. I'm not very good at preparing the top pizzas. I mean, that's not my thing.
Well, it takes time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The distribution of it is. I usually get them all in the middle, and then it's just not good.
It's the home, so you know the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that makes it easier to deliver.
The fact that Michael dialed 911 raises questions about whether the crime was premeditated or the result of a psychological collapse. The detective begins the interrogation softly, engaging Michael in casual conversation about his life and work, attempting to pierce through his emotional armor and build a connection that might encourage honesty. But the exchange is merely the calm before the storm, with a terrifying confession looming on the horizon.
You said you worked for him for 3 or 4 months?
Roughly. I don't know the exact time I got hired. I can't remember.
Did a friend work there, or did you
No,
just
I
go
was
over there and
walking.
apply?
I was walking. I walked in. I saw a now. I think I saw a now hiring, and I called the number. I went in, asked for an application. I was filling out applications all over the place.
Right.
I was at Jack in the Box, Papa John's. I had a problem with alcohol, and I got to the point where I wanted to drink alcohol every single day, all day. I'd get home from work, and first thing I would do was pick up a beer, and I'd have 12, 13 of them, and that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one day we went to church. I did this. I did this. I tried to kill myself. I was serious about it. This wasn't no joke. I did that really hard. I wanted to get out of there. I wanted out of life.
When was that?
That was late September, early October.
Of last year?
Oh wait, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did they take you to the hospital?
Yes. Yeah, well, those cuffs.
Oh.
God damn. Those cuffs just about kicked my hands are all swollen from those cuffs. I asked them if they could loosen them, and they said they would, but my hands are swollen. I don't know why they're swollen.
Okay.
I don't know.
You got a cut on your finger?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously we need to talk about what happened with you calling the police department over. Can you just tell me what happened?
I was at home. I didn't get any sleep last night. My wife got up, and we were running around the house doing stuff, and I pulled out a knife and I stabbed her. Stabbed my daughter, stabbed my son, punched my son in the face. I was trying to kill him, but it wasn't me.
Really?
It wasn't me.
Who was it?
It was me.
Yeah.
It was me.
And the reason why we're here to talk is I need to make things right, and to make things right, that's why I need you to tell me what happened.
Okay.
And so we can make it right. I've been talking to you for about 5 minutes, and I know you want to get this off your chest. And so we're going to start from the beginning,
okay,
if that's okay.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of go through it. You said it was you.
Yes.
Okay. You said that you hadn't slept. Did you work last night?
I worked last night, but I did not close. I got off at 9:30. I think it was closer to 10. I can't remember. But I came home and I ate.
10:30 at night.
10:30 at night, yeah. Or 10 or so. I don't remember.
Michael and Adriana met in 1998 while working at Wendy's and dated for 5 years before marrying in 2003. By the time of the incident in May 2009, they'd been together for 11 years. Adriana was a devoted mother, and Michael was seen as a hardworking father who juggled multiple jobs, including delivering pizzas for Papa John's. Friends and coworkers recalled no history of violence between them, making what came next even more unthinkable. Yet in the interrogation room, Michael's behavior told a different story. Where guilty suspects often ramble, stall, and deflect, he spoke with chilling clarity about horrors no innocent mind could invent. He described the unthinkable act of stabbing his family, openly and without a hint of remorse. His cold, detached confession hinted at a deeper psychological fracture, a horrific disconnect from the gravity of his actions. And yet, this confession was only the beginning, the first glimpse into a horror far worse than anyone had imagined.
I came home and I had some food, took my medicine. It was just recently increased.
Okay.
My dosage was increased the other day.
Uh-huh.
So I increased my dosage on my bipolar medicine. And yesterday was my second day taking the dose that I was supposed to be taking.
Right.
And they also gave me a sleeping pill to help me sleep at night.
You haven't been sleeping?
I have not been sleeping at all. Well, I have 2 hours, 3 hours.
Uh-huh. What was your? Sorry to go back. When you said what day was that?
Friday.
Okay. And so, do you know the date?
The 26th. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, but it was Friday.
It was Friday. It was Friday.
Friday from when to when?
Friday from 5:30 to 9.
9, but you got home about 10:30.
No, about 5:30 to about 9:30, 9:45. I think I got home at 10. I don't remember. No, it was before 10. It was before 10 because I remember having to tuck the kids in bed when I got home. It was a little bit before 10. I said tuck the kids in bed so we can hang out and watch TV and talk. And
Do they normally go to bed at 10?
Yeah, well, on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. How was business last night at work?
Slow.
Yeah. Did you make
I made 15, 20, 25 bucks. I made 25 bucks.
Was that good?
Not for a Friday night.
What would be a good Friday night?
45, 50, 55,
right.
70.
So it's about half, even almost a third. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you came home. You tucked the kids in bed, or did you have your wife tuck your kids in bed?
My wife tucked the kids in bed.
Okay. And we keep talking about your wife.
And I tucked them in bed.
Let's go back. Okay, so you came home from work. You said your wife tucked him in, and then you also tucked him in. And that was about 10 or 10:30. If you can narrow it down.
I would say about 10:20.
10:20. Okay. Then what happened?
I said a prayer with my son. I rubbed his back and I said a prayer. Tucked him in, and he fell asleep.
What kind of prayer? Is it like a standard
to Jesus?
Prayer?
No, we don't usually pray. We don't usually pray. We just 2 weeks ago, I feel like I've been baptized with the Holy Spirit with fire. I feel like I'm on fire for the Lord.
Oh, good.
So I'm trying to pray with him and teach him. Well, I'm not trying. I am praying with him, and I'm doing things that the Lord wants us to do.
What did you guys pray about?
What did we pray about? I pray that the Lord would keep him safe. We thank him for the house. We thank him for the car. We thank them for the food. We thank them for mommy and daddy.
So just your standard kind of a thank you to Jesus prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened?
Then I went and tucked in my daughter.
Did you pray with your daughter?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And then?
Then we went to our room and we got some and smoked some.
By you mean?
Okay. Yes. She smokes out of a bong. I smoke out of a pipe.
Okay.
And I smoked
a lot.
About 3 puffs.
Oh.
It doesn't take much to get me high.
Does your wife smoke a lot?
Yeah, she smokes probably about a bowl.
A year before the murders, Michael attempted to take his own life, a grim foreshadowing of the violence to come. He had battled severe mental illness for years, with a schizophrenia diagnosis dating back to 2003, followed later by a bipolar disorder diagnosis. In the months leading up to the attack, doctors increased his dosage of antipsychotic medication and prescribed sleeping pills for chronic insomnia. Experts took note of these recent changes to Michael's medication regimen, an unsettling detail that would later become central to understanding the events leading up to the tragedy. But no diagnosis, dosage adjustment, or history of mental illness could ever justify what came next.
So you guys smoked?
Yes.
And then what?
We were watching TV. We put away. We were watching TV. We were talking. We were talking.
You remember what you guys were talking about?
I think we were watching House Hunters on HGTV.
Okay, in your room or in the living room?
In our room.
Okay.
In our bedroom.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
We watched Home and Garden TV, and then we tried to sleep. I tried to go to sleep, but I listened to my headphones when I was laying down. I had my MP3 player. I was listening to my headphones, and I laid down in bed, and she fell asleep, and I didn't fall asleep at all. I kind of meditated for 2 hours, and then I got up and I lost the train of thought. I meditated and I got up and I went on the computer. I think God help me! What do I do? Okay. Then that's when the fighting started. When I woke up.
Do you know what time this was about?
The fighting?
Yeah.
I want to say about 8.
Well, you got home at 10:20.
Oh no, we didn't fight that night. The fight was this morning. This morning.
What time were you guys fighting? When you said that you came out on your.
Oh, we were fighting probably about. That was probably about 4 in the morning when I went on the computer, I think.
Oh, okay. So you've been up that whole time?
Yeah, I've been up the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, and
were
then
you just having a hard time sleeping?
I have medicine to help me sleep. It caused me to sleepwalk and do stuff in my sleepwalking. So,
you're not taking that anymore?
No, I'm not taking that anymore. So I'm taking something else now.
And does that seem to work? Or?
It worked the first night, but it didn't work last night.
Have you only been on it 2 days?
Yes.
Okay. So you took the pill last night?
Yes.
Okay, and you didn't sleep?
No.
Okay, so about 4 a.m. you said?
About 4 a.m. I woke up.
And what happened?
My wife got mad at me, really mad at me for yelling, or she got mad at me for not sleeping. I go, babe, you can't get mad at me for not sleeping. It's not my fault. And she, well, no. She goes off. And I say, well, what the is your problem? And then I started meditating in my brain.
Mm.
And I started thinking, okay, well, God the Father, Jesus the Son, who's the Spirit? Who's the Spirit of God? And I started thinking it was Lucifer. I thought it was Satan. I thought it was God the Father. I thought he was married to Lucifer, and they had a son named Jesus.
Okay.
That's what I thought. And then I was indwelt by Satan, and I killed him.
Well, let's talk about that. You said you were enveloped with Satan? What was the word?
Indwelt.
Okay. What does that mean?
Consumed.
In the early hours of May 30th, 2009, around 4 a.m., what began as a simple exchange about why Michael was still awake slowly escalated into a heated argument. But as detectives would later uncover, staying up late wasn't the only source of tension that night. There was a far more disturbing trigger behind the confrontation. Michael's account contains several inconsistencies, suggesting either lapses in memory or a possible attempt at deception. These discrepancies hint at a psychological disorientation or a deliberate effort to distort the timeline, raising further questions about his mental state and overall credibility. As the interrogation continues, Michael begins to hint at a disturbing motive, paranoid thoughts about demons and Satan, hallucinations and delusions fueled by his mental condition. Yet, as the detective probes deeper, he's about to uncover the disturbing depths of Michael's twisted mind.
And you said you killed him. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
You said you killed them, meaning your family.
Yeah, I didn't kill my son though. He was still alive.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit. Tell me a little bit about that. When you said your Satan was in you, what happened?
I lost all control. I had no self-control. None.
Uh-huh.
I just snapped, and she became like a demon.
All right.
And I just.
So what'd you do?
I killed her.
How?
With a knife.
Where was the knife?
I stabbed her a lot. I don't know where.
I mean, where's the knife? Where did you get the knife?
In our knife holder thing.
Like a block?
Yeah.
A knife block?
Yeah.
Oh, in the kitchen?
In the kitchen.
So is this happening in the kitchen?
Yeah, in the kitchen area. It wasn't in the kitchen. It was more near the dining table.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me, how did you stab her? I mean, was she on the ground or was she standing up?
I blacked out.
Yeah.
I stabbed her at least 4 times.
Okay.
Do
you know where you stabbed her?
No.
Okay. Oh God, no. All right.
Is she okay?
I'll tell you everything about what's going on.
Okay.
So, I just don't want to lose our train of thought here.
I'm sorry.
So, did you stab her first?
Yes.
Okay.
I was screaming at her. I said, "Shut the f-" I started taking songs from Eminem's music.
Uh-huh.
I started taking lyrics from Eminem's music and saying, "You're gonna die. Here comes Satan. I'm the Antichrist. I'm gonna kill you. You're gone."
Uh-huh.
And I started stabbing her. I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Do you know how many times you stabbed her?
If I was to guess, I would say 4, but maybe 3, maybe 5.
And was she standing up or was she on the ground?
She was standing up. I think I got her in the stomach.
Okay. And then she fell to the ground, or
yeah,
did you stab her while she's on the ground?
In the heart.
Oh. Did you punch her at all?
Yes, in the face.
Before or after you stabbed her?
Maybe both. Maybe before and after.
Do you know how many times you stabbed her? Or punched her?
Once or twice. I think.
Okay. You get a drink?
Yeah, my mouth is dry.
Yeah, I could tell. Did you stab her anywhere else besides the stomach?
I think I stabbed her in the arm, I think.
And then you said heart?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
I stabbed my daughter too.
Yeah, tell me about that.
She came over and she started freaking out and "Daddy, stop!" And I just got it and just right in the middle of her chest. I just stuck it right into her chest.
Uh-huh. So she came out after you were stabbing your wife?
No, I had the knife in my hand and I was gonna stab her when she came out.
When your daughter came out?
Yes.
Because you knew she was gonna come out, or
I didn't know she was gonna come out. I thought there was a certain spell on the house and that I didn't think she would actually get up and come out. I thought Satan was gonna keep everyone asleep so I could just kill her. But I didn't know what I was gonna do with the other 2 kids. was screaming, and I grabbed the knife and I started walking towards her, and she started panicking like you would not believe. And I got her. I think I got her by the hair or by the arm, and just sunk it in her.
Right.
Got her
in the chest or stomach.
I think in the chest.
Michael recounts the attack with eerie detachment. Instead of expressing remorse, he fixates on justifying his behavior, even attempting to frame it as influenced by satanic forces. This unsettling blend of cold recounting and deflection raises serious doubts about his accountability. Between descriptions of violence, Michael insisted he'd felt a spell over the house, as if supernatural forces excused the carnage. This conviction went beyond mere excuse. It revealed a deeply fractured mind, where delusions obscured the boundary between reality and imagination. His eerily calm and detached narration, devoid of empathy or remorse, exposed a profound emotional numbness. There was no acknowledgement of the pain he caused, no sign of regret. From a clinical perspective, such emotional disconnection often indicates a psychotic break, where one's grasp on moral judgment and emotional awareness becomes severely impaired. But the worst is still to come. His confession about the fatal stabbing of his son Brian would reveal depths of cruelty not yet fathomed.
Talk to me. So did you only stab her once?
I think so.
Did you punch her?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. You said her eyes were open.
Yeah.
Did you leave the knife in her, or did you just stab her with it?
I just stabbed her and took it out.
Okay. Was it the same knife as with your wife?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you this: is this how you were dressed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You didn't have shoes on or anything?
No.
Okay. So she was freaking out. You said she was freaking out. Is she freaking out because she just saw her mom?
Well, she saw me with the knife threatening her.
Oh.
She ran around the table, but I caught up with her.
Oh, okay. And then what happened?
I stabbed her.
You grabbed her hair and then you stabbed her.
Okay. I think I grabbed her hair.
Okay.
It's kind of patchy. I don't have exact.
Okay.
I don't have exact frame by frame details, because the whole time I was in there, I was trying to ignore it and fight it and not see it.
Right. Now, tell me.
I was the worst on him. I stabbed him the most.
Did he come out before or after? Or
maybe in between.
Okay.
I stabbed him the most. I stabbed him in the back. I stuck it in his arm and twisted it. I him up.
Why? Why your son?
The devil had me. It wasn't me.
Right.
It wasn't me. It was me, but it wasn't my insides that could do that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my insides that could kill my family.
Where on his body did you stab him? You said you got him in the
back,
arm.
In the back, in the arm, in the stomach. In the back a couple times. I punched him right in the face.
Why'd you punch him in the face?
Because I wanted him to die. Because I was indwelt by Satan.
Right. Was this before you stabbed him or after? Or during?
During.
Okay. All right. Then what happened?
Then I see my wife laying in a pool of blood. I see my daughter laying in a pool of blood. I get up and I have peace. I'm like, why do I have peace of mind? Why do I feel calm? But I'm terrified.
Right.
I was like, I feel calm. I'm like, okay, God is doing something here. I just don't know what he's doing. And then, I got some blood on me, and then I came and I got into, I don't know what happened to my feet. I don't know what this is all about. They look like piercings, like Jesus, but I don't know what happened. My hands are all swollen.
Well, how did you get all the blood all over you? Is this when you were stabbing?
When I was stabbing them, and I put my hand in there, and then I must have tried to wipe.
Is that your handprint right there in your arm, or is that?
It might be. It might be.
Did any of them grab you when you were stabbing them?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
Let's go back. Oh, actually, after you stabbed your son, and you were done with your son. You said about 5 times. You said,
roughly.
Okay. Then what happened?
Then I tried to make a cigarette. I rolled a cigarette because I rolled my own cigarette. So I rolled a cigarette, And I was kind of in a panic. I had peace, but I was in a panic. I just kind of walked around like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And I was looking at him, and I was like, die. I just wanted them to die. I was so angry at my family. I wanted them dead.
Despite the vicious attack, Brian miraculously survived. According to Michael, his son whispered, "I love you," just moments before the knife came down, but nothing could stop his delusional mind. Michael claims he was tormented by voices urging him to kill his family. He believed Adriana was a demon and that God commanded him to carry out the murders. After the carnage, he knelt and prayed, thanking Jesus for allowing him to complete the slaughter. But the depths of Michael's sickening confession were far from over.
Well, why were you so angry with your family? You got in the argument.
Satan. Like I said, I was telling God, I was praying to God. I was praying to Jesus. Jesus, okay, your father's the father, and Satan must be the spirit, because the spiritual side comes from.
I know, but what I'm asking you is why are you so mad at the family?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never had that kind of anger or hate towards them like I had this morning.
Okay. All right. So you were trying to roll a cigarette.
Yes.
Okay. And then what?
I rolled it. I rolled it, and I went to light it, and then when I lit it, I called.
Called who?
911.
Okay.
Told them I stabbed my family to come, and she said, "Are you sure you're not dreaming? You sure you're not dreaming?" I said, "I'm sure this is real." So she came, I called and I lit my cigarette, and then when I was talking to her, she just kept me on the phone, and my cigarette burned out, and I threw it down, and I don't know if I threw it down outside or inside, but I didn't finish it. Okay. I didn't finish my cigarette.
Interesting. Did you do anything else in the house?
Maybe all over the carpet. Oh my goodness.
What's all over the carpet?
Blood.
Why?
Because I think I stepped in it. It's all over my feet. Like this right here. It's all right here. There's blood right here. The bottom of my feet.
Right, I see that. Well, when I was in your house, and I saw I saw your bloody footprints down the hallway towards your bedroom.
Okay.
And you're dripping blood. Why did you go back there?
To pray to Jesus, to thank him for what he did.
What did he do?
He saved my family's life.
How did he save their lives?
He used me to shoot him or stab him. I didn't shoot them. He used me to stab them, and then he brought them back to newness of life.
What do you mean by newness of life?
My calling in life is to witness to Mormons and Catholics.
Okay.
I see the spiritual realm.
Okay.
I'm a beginner, but I feel like I'm learning the spiritual realm pretty well. I feel like God is doing something with me that's going to be magnificent. It won't outdo. But
okay, but my question is what is newness of life?
Newness of life. Well, they were dead in their trespasses, and now they're raised to newness of life.
Okay. Are they up with the Heavenly Father?
They are. They are seated in heavenly places. They are seated in the heavenly places. Yes. Okay. But I don't think we really understand what that is.
Michael's motive emerges through the cracks in his shattered life. Burdened by financial struggles and feelings of inadequacy, he saw himself as a failure, unable to provide for his family. In a desperate effort to escape his inner anguish and regain control, he projected his anger and self-hatred onto them. He deluded himself into believing that taking their lives would somehow protect them from future pain, an irrational yet sadly common response among individuals grappling with severe depression, delusions, or psychotic episodes. In this twisted mindset, he convinced himself they'd be better off in a different place. The interrogation continues, but not before detectives briefly pause to collect Michael's blood and DNA samples, evidence that will soon reveal the full extent of his crimes.
Hey, Mike, just had a couple more questions for you. You can
Okay.
go ahead and have a seat. You need a blanket?
Yeah, it's kind of cold in here.
As we're sitting here doing all that, I started to think. You came out and was yelling at you for not sleeping.
Yeah.
Was she just yelling at you, or did she do anything to you?
She didn't do nothing.
She didn't hit you or slap you or anything? Okay. You never slept last night, right?
No.
Okay. How long were you on the computer?
Not very long.
You had to guess.
5 minutes. I downloaded a song from LimeWire, transferred it, and put it on my MP3, and that was it.
Well, what did you do? I mean, you watched the HG channel.
I watched the HD channel.
HG TV.
Oh, HG. Yeah, that was when I first came home. You have a really good memory. When I first came home, I talked to her. We smoked a little bit, and then she had it on HG TV, and I was like, "Babe, I want to go get that song Renegade by Eminem with Jay-Z. I want to go get that song." So she said, "Okay, we'll go and download it." So I went and downloaded it, and I recorded it put it on my MP3, and then I came back to the bedroom and we hung out for the evening.
What did you guys do?
I wanted to have with her. She looked really good. That's what I don't understand. How can I go from being in love with her 1 minute and then the next morning just wanting to rip her guts out? It doesn't make sense. But we talked, we smoked, we watched TV. We just had a really good time.
But you guys didn't have?
No, we didn't.
Did you try?
No.
You said she didn't want to, though.
Yeah,
So what do you mean? Did she say, I don't want to?
She said she didn't want to.
So you asked her?
Yeah. I said,
Did that make you mad?
No. No, we've been married 11 years. She said no lots of times. So.
Well, I'm just trying to get a timeline here because you called us at about 5:12. You said it was about, 4 a.m. when you killed her?
Yeah.
You said that she came out and you were on the computer and she was mad, right?
I think I said that.
Were you on the computer?
Yeah, I was on the computer, but
what were you surfing?
Music.
In addition to his mental health struggles, Michael had a history of alcohol abuse. As the interrogation unfolds, it becomes increasingly clear that the murders were not premeditated, but rather a spontaneous eruption of violence. Yet, as the detective delves deeper into the events of that night, he uncovers a possible trigger, one that may have ignited the fatal confrontation.
Do you have any questions for me?
Michael insists that the detectives are lying and that his family is still alive, despite having brutally stabbed them multiple times. This denial highlights the depth of his delusion, a mind unable or unwilling to accept the reality of his actions. It reveals a profound break from reality and a dangerous distortion of the truth. With the interrogation complete, the focus now shifts to the courtroom. Michael Miller was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of his wife Adriana and daughter Valerie, and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder for the attack on his son, Brian. Initially, the prosecution sought the death penalty, but by December 2009, the case had reached the sentencing phase. At the request of Adriana's family, the prosecution withdrew its pursuit of capital punishment. Instead, Michael was sentenced to 2 life terms without the possibility of parole for the murders, along with an additional 99-year sentence for the attempted murder of his son.
It's the misstep about the knife is still hurting. I took the knife out of her neck.
In an unthinkable confession, Lachelle Anderson admitted to stabbing her daughter, Lalana Sharp, multiple times before calling 911.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Please help. My daughter's just been stabbed. What is your address? I need you to take a deep breath and tell me what the address is.
Second Street, please hurry. She's
What
running.
is
She stopped moving, please. Oh my God.
However, one question haunted the detective. What possessed the mother to unleash such horror on her daughter?
Take her kid. I think you know what happened. And only you can tell us that.
What followed was the revelation of an insane reason, unlike anything the detective had ever encountered, that would haunt them forever.
What's your name?
On September 2nd, 2017, in Columbus, Ohio, Lachelle Anderson dialed 911, claiming her daughter, Lalana Sharp, needed immediate medical attention. First responders arrived at a grim scene. Lachelle was covered in blood, and Lalana was suffering from multiple stab wounds. While Lalana was rushed to Nationwide Children's Hospital, Lachelle was taken in for questioning, leading to an interrogation that would torment the detective long after.
Mama's here day through night. Hush, little baby, don't be scared. Mama's with you everywhere. Close your eyes and shut them tight. Mama's here through the nights. Hush, little baby. Mommy is so sorry she wasn't there. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Mama's here, everything's alright. She'll be free, she'll set this right. She'll make sure you're safe, day through night. She'll up this one time. Please forgive mommy. Mother's supposed to swear and protect their child. I left her and put her harm's way. The littlest hiccups caused the biggest time quakes. Now I'm in jail. I don't know what else to say. My beautiful baby girl, I saw your face turn pale and lips turn blue. I'm so sorry. I wasn't there for you.
After committing a horrifying crime, Lachelle sits in the interrogation room, singing a haunting lullaby and muttering to herself. But this is just an unsettling glimpse into her deeply twisted mind, which is only beginning to unravel.
You broke my heart. I turned you over into the field. That's the baby girl. There's a lot of evidence against me right now. Mommy knows this. She's gonna fix this. She's gonna make it right. Even if that means telling a family secret. Listen, baby girl. Stay strong. Mommy can't lose you. She's gonna make this right. The evidence isn't looking really good for me right now. But I know what happened and I know the truth. She's going to keep repeating it until they understand it.
After hours of her singing lullabies and frantic rambling, Lachelle fell asleep, showcasing her detachment with reality. The detective is now ready to get the truth out, but instead of coming clean, she crafts a distorted tale that leaves the detective questioning not only the facts, but also her sanity.
Can you wake up for me? Are you 17? Okay. We want to talk to you a little bit about what happened tonight, okay? You awake? All right.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Is my daughter okay?
We've not heard back from the hospital yet. That's why we want to talk to you, see what happened tonight. Okay. You doing okay?
We've got a detective over there now at the hospital, so.
I keep having flashbacks.
What are you seeing? Can you describe it?
I just went upstairs for a few minutes. I was looking for my song journal. I left at the house previously. My mom made me clean my room spot free because of a bed bug infection in my room. But I wasn't there, so when I went in there, she was downstairs asleep. I heard the door open, but I thought it was my brother. So I didn't, just jump to a conclusion. And I should have. I just stayed up there searching around. And I hear like a slap from downstairs. And then my daughter started crying, so I dropped everything I was doing upstairs and just ran down. Only thing I see is a shadow going out the door. And I run to the room and I see my daughter just squirming there, crying. The knife is through her neck. I took the knife out of her neck and tried to hold her. I was scared to hold her. I was scared of anything. The only thing that crossed my mind was to take the knife out. My first intention was to go after him, kill him, make him pay. I was scared, and I didn't want to leave my daughter again. I took it out, and I called 911. And they showed up, and they treated me like I was the criminal. I felt terrible. I just want my daughter. I just want to make sure she's safe. That's all. She saved my life multiple times. And I couldn't save hers once. My baby.
Where are you?
I can't tell you that. If my baby is still alive, I'm not going to make it any worse.
Why can't you tell us?
I can't tell you.
Lalana was pronounced dead at 1:28 a.m., just 50 minutes after the 911 call. Yet even then, Lachelle seems uncertain whether her daughter had died. She creates a bizarre narrative of an intruder breaking in and attacking Lalana, but the detective isn't convinced. There are no signs of forced entry and no trace of anyone else at the scene. What follows is a rare and disturbing facet of her personality, shedding light on the mysterious intruder she insists was there.
Why would someone want to come into the house and harm your baby?
I don't know. I really don't. I want to find out. want to find out who it was.
Can you think of anyone who would want to do that?
Where we live at, there's sections and properties. There's a group of teenagers. I remember back when I first was pregnant with her, they had jumped me. Because I was walking down the street, coming from the corner store. They jumped me and told me never to step foot in their territory again. Last time I was down there, I seen about 3 of them when I was going to the corner store, but I didn't think they recognized me. I was with my little brother, Caden. I didn't say anything to him. They kept staring at me, but I didn't think they recognized me. I left all that gang violence behind before her. But if worst comes to worst, I find him before y'all do.
There's a lot of people that care about your baby. We've talked to a lot of them tonight. The only person that can tell us what happened in it is you. And we're looking at it right now. I mean, we don't know why it happened. I mean, I don't think you meant to do what happened, what you did. But, I mean, we're left with nothing.
You think I killed
I think you know what happened. And only you can tell us that. This is your chance. You only get one. I want to believe that you're just some cold-hearted person that went in there to harm a little kid. But you're not leaving us with anything.
Lachelle clings to her story, but as the gravity of her actions begins to sink in, she leaves her seat, collapsing to the floor, setting the stage for a chilling confession.
I can hear you.
In my heart, I believe I was telling you the truth.
You know, no matter how much you wish that it didn't happen, it still did.
I killed her.
Only you can tell us.
I killed her.
We want to know why. What happened?
The weight of her crime crashes down upon Lachelle, but as the truth begins to surface, a terrifying twist emerges. It seems Lachelle developed dissociative identity disorder, a fractured mind forged by the trauma of realizing she had killed her daughter. Now the detective is about to come face to face with her other self, the killer within, which unleashes a frightening encounter that sends shivers down his spine.
In my heart, I believe I was telling y'all the truth. I did. Oh my God. Oh. No. Please. That's not true. That's not true. Oh, please. No.
Only you are going to be able to explain this.
I can't. Because I don't know what happened. If that's not the truth, then I don't know what happened.
You do know what happened. You were there. No one came inside.
No. It wasn't. She was. Tell me in prison.
I don't want to throw you in prison.
I'm a danger.
What?
I'm a danger to the world. My baby. No, she hurt my baby. I need help.
We're here to help you. But you're not going to get help as long as you continue to lie.
No, I need help. I'm not the only one in this body. I can't control me. She's just evil. She's evil.
Tell me what she did. What makes her evil?
That's the thing. I don't know.
You do know. You know what she did tonight.
I promise you I don't. Whenever she comes out, it's only her. Me. Her. Caring. Loving. She's evil. I thought I could control them. They come when they want and go as they please. I don't know what they are. I know they're not me. Prison's too good for us. I beg of you. Just give us your help.
Let the world know what happened.
I think you'd better talk to her.
So let me talk to her.
Put her in handcuffs. Put her in handcuffs.
Let me talk to her. I'll ask her the same things I've asked you.
On condition, you put her in handcuffs.
I'll sit right there for me.
Oh.
I'm going to put one on your hand and one on the bench, okay? Is that alright? You want them both behind you?
Lachelle claims she's possessed by 5 entities living within her. But if this isn't disturbing enough, the haunting personality that she believes drove her to kill her own child was about to reveal itself.
She's a demon. I didn't see anything, but she's a demon. I told you to put her in handcuffs, because if she does come out, she will try to attack y'all.
Are you going to take them off? Do you want me to take them off? I put them on loose so you'd be comfortable, okay? So we could talk.
What do you need to know?
Sorry.
What do you need to know?
I just want to know what happened. Why?
Pretty sure you already figured that out by now.
I want to hear it from you.
No, like that.
What's that?
Why would I do that?
Why would you do that?
Yes.
Because we want to hear from you. We want to know why. Who's this other person in you that tells you to do these things? What did they tell you to do?
Excuse me, I'm a girl.
I understand.
Manners first.
I understand.
You look familiar.
Stick over this way,
I
please.
just want to see your eyes. I'm not gonna hurt you.
What's your name? What other secrets do you have?
Not my name. It's okay, answer.
What's your name? What's your name right now? Did you stab your daughter tonight?
She's not my daughter. And if I did, why would I admit it right now? She cares too much about the infinite for me to do it.
For you to do it? Who cares too much?
She cares way too much about that little rug rat in order for me. Every time I try, she overpowered me. I don't like her.
Were you jealous? Are you jealous of the little daughter?
Every time I tried to take the little daughter, it's the same thing. You know how annoying that is?
I imagine if it happened all the time, I could see that, yes.
Lachelle's sudden shift in personality sent a chill through the detective. As she morphed into what she called a demonic entity, her voice dripped with hatred for Lalana. It became clear through this conversation that the entities resented being cast aside. Lachelle's growing attachment to Lalana had triggered their vengeance, but the most disturbing part of her confession is yet to come.
I wanted
You wanted to be the one to stab her?
to get her out of our lives.
Did this body right here, did it stab her?
No.
Then who did?
Why'd you want her out of your life?
I'm the reason she has those gut feelings. I protected her. She kicked me to the side like I do with road rage trash. To make space.
Do you like her at all?
Every time I come out, I leave my mark.
What's that from?
The times I've come out, you see, I've been out for a while. But I have to give credit where credit is due. Off my eyes.
What do you call her?
Infant.
Infant. How do you and the infant get along?
She doesn't know.
She what?
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know of you. Did she meet you tonight?
I could only
Why do you wish that?
The little rugrat came in. All of a sudden, I'm trash. She doesn't need me anymore. She actually has someone there to care for her. She actually has somebody else to talk to. Forgotten and washed up like old sandpaper. I enjoy the adventure, the rush. But I'm glad he did do this.
He. So if you didn't do it, who beat you to it? Were you not good enough to do it? Couldn't figure it out?
He wasn't strong enough.
Why weren't you strong enough?
Because she kept taking over. She kept stoking me.
Where did you get the knife from inside that house?
The knife was in that clean dishes rack.
After you grabbed the knife, how many times did you stab your daughter?
What did she say?
What's that?
What did she say?
After the disturbing transformation, Lachelle appeared to return to herself. But was it all an act, or had she truly lost control? The detective is determined to find out. Lachelle realizes she can no longer hide behind theatrics, and the moment of truth has finally arrived.
Do you want people to see you as a cold-hearted, just killer? Or do you want people to know what really happened? What did she do to you to deserve this? You are. You can't change that.
No, I'm not a killer. I'm not. I love my daughter.
Then prove it.
I love her. I'm not a killer.
If you love your daughter, then prove it. Give her some peace. Explain what happened.
She's dead.
You said earlier. I'm going by your words.
I'm a monster.
Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Truth is, she was just laying down. I was watching a movie. I did go upstairs, but I came back down. The door wasn't locked, and it was cracked. She wasn't dead. I looked around the house. My head started hurting. I started seeing flashes of him walking towards me. I didn't know what to do. I thought it was real. So I started throwing stuff. Trying to get him away from me. I took the knife. I didn't mean to. I truly did. I saw him laying in her bed. I took the knife. friends could just always stab him. He did exist. He wasn't really dead. I accidentally stabbed my daughter. I really didn't mean to.
Who were you seeing when you saw the flashes?
Non-belief.
Who was laying in the bed?
He was laying in her bed. I was trying to protect her. I truly was.
What did you throw at him when he was coming towards you?
I was throwing clothes and anything I could just get my hands on really quickly. I couldn't go through that again.
Where was he coming from when he was walking towards you?
He just appeared.
Michelle admitted to stabbing her daughter, claiming she was trying to protect her from a dark, unseen figure, and while trying to stab him, she stabbed her daughter instead. Although the inconsistencies in her stories are evident, nothing could have prepared the detective for the gruesome details she was about to reveal.
I'm so sorry.
How many times did you stab?
One. When I realized it, I busted out crying. I really, truly do love my daughter. That's why I called 911 immediately. I really did not mean to stab her. And I should have known it was a side effect for my PTSD. And I should have known he wasn't real from before. I know my daughter's in the hospital or dead because I couldn't control my PTSD. I couldn't decipher from reality and that chasing me everywhere.
Well, where'd you get the knife from? You mentioned it before, but I didn't hear you.
The clean dish rack.
Right.
I did the dishes.
There's a couple knives there. Can you describe which one you used?
No.
Okay.
I just grabbed it.
All right. Where'd you stab your daughter at? Help us understand. Where did you place the knife at?
I didn't mean to place the knife in you.
Okay.
I was trying to get him.
How were you trying to get him out?
I was trying to stab him. Her bed is like this big. At the time, she was just over here.
Mm-hmm.
He was right here. His arm was around her. He was cuddling and crying bed. I tried to stab him. And she drove.
Where'd you try to stab him at?
I tried to stab him in the head.
Okay. What part of the head?
Right here. Through the cheek. Just a little bit. Okay. I told you the truth. Please believe me about them. They're not lies. You made me stab her. Stay. Wait.
detective wraps up the interrogation, Lachelle is left alone, still talking to herself. Now it's time to bring her to justice. On June 26, 2018, Franklin County Juvenile Court Judge Terry Jameson from Columbus, Ohio, transferred Lachelle Anderson's case to adult court, where she was charged with murder, a crime carrying a mandatory life sentence with no parole for 15 years. She later accepted a plea deal that reduced her sentence. Several factors influenced the court's decision. She was just 17 at the time of the crime. She had a history of mental health issues, including ADHD, anxiety, and auditory hallucinations. She endured a traumatic childhood spent in foster care. She had no prior serious criminal record. She agreed to plead guilty, avoiding a lengthy trial. In the end, Lachelle was sentenced to 20 years, far less than the life sentence she had once faced.
It's just about smell like something dead over there. Two bodies up in there, but I wasn't going to look.
You said somebody said there was 2 bodies upstairs?
On September 21st, 2019, the dispatcher received a chilling 911 call reporting a horrifying smell and the discovery of 2 bodies at a residence. Police found the bodies of 23-year-old Christopher Monroe, 20-year-old DeJuan Damar Willis, 19-year-old Ayanna Quitman, and 18-year-old Jasmine Lawson, who was 5.5 months pregnant. 35-year-old Terrell Silver was taken into custody for committing these murders.
You said he was smelling a couple of times. I'm not sure we're looking for a serial killer here. I'm not sure we're looking for a monster.
But the depths of his crime revealed an even darker and more chilling reality.
Is there an explanation for why it happened that isn't just intentionally a mass murder?
Between September 7th and September 21st, 2019, 35-year-old Terrell Silver committed a cold-blooded mass murder in Cleveland, Ohio, shooting 4 young, defenseless victims. The victims were 21-year-old DeJuan Damar Willis, 19-year-old Ayanna Quitman, and 23-year-old Christopher Monroe. His 4th victim was 18-year-old Jasmine Lawson, who at the time was 5 months pregnant. Jasmine begged Terrell not to kill her, but unfortunately, it was all just her wishful thinking. All the victims were lying on 2 mattresses on the floor at the time of the shooting. Terrell wasn't charged for these homicides until April 2023, by which time he was already incarcerated for an unrelated robbery. As the detective began to interrogate Terrell, gruesome details behind the murders began to unravel.
Me and him was in the same lane pretty much, like small time dealers.
Okay.
You feel me? We weren't suppliers, you feel me? So he sold his little shit, I sold my little shit. My dope was better than his though.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
he showed his dope, he make the crackheads go ooh, cause it's a big rock.
Okay.
But there's hella soda in there, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So after a while, Snake, you throw his little salt in the game, like man, y'all buying that bullshit, let's blow up over here, come over here, we got shit over here.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's promotion, man.
Yeah.
You feel me? So go back and forth about that, but it wasn't never really, like.
Yeah.
It come to certain points and times where I be like, man, Snake, I said to myself, like, Snake, you a
Yeah.
because you talking all this shit, you upset about him, but when you see me, you don't say nothing to him. So this is what I'm thinking on myself, like, y'all ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Let me get, I'm gonna get up out of here, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that's all it was to me, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's just politics. But then he ended up dead.
Yeah.
It became more than politics. Everybody looking like, well, he had a situation over here, he had a situation over here, he had a situation over here.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, you had to think on this for a minute.
I thought about for why it's on my street.
Yeah.
It's on my street.
Yeah. So.
I don't know, man. They thought I did it for a minute.
Who did?
I don't even know them. They was looking for me though.
Who was looking for you?
I think it was his brother.
Not the police, but the streets.
Yeah, but like, I gotta be careful how I move because for me, that I don't even know who to look for.
Why did they think you did it? Yeah, you were cool with them.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we weren't friends, but we weren't enemies either. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, I don't know, man. Like we had little words, like, but like he was a little dude too, like so. and he was like 20.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm like, man, all right, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
And keep it pushing, but.
I've heard he's kind of an ass.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is, but he pick his shots at the right time. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, he ain't gonna just, all right, you got a 40 on your waist. He ain't gonna just pull up and talk some crazy greasy shit. You don't know damn what kind of gun he got on his hip.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
He's smart.
He's smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he talking shit. Everybody talk their shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep walking. You can keep talking that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You said you guys had words. What would you be arguing with him about?
Cause it was a house on 143rd.
Okay.
And that's where I stopped and I cut my real quick and leave.
Yep.
And he came in there, the dude whose house it was, he already okayed it, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So he came in there, I ain't even know him like that for real. Chop came in there and he got the grilling dude. Like, what the fuck, why he in here cutting this, that, and the third, woo, woo, woo. So I ain't feel it was needed to say nothing, you feel what I'm saying? I paid my dues to be here, this ain't my house, you explain it. You know what I'm saying? So he got to explain it. So I explain it, I'm getting my shit together. Don't say nothing to me, you ain't got nothing to say to me, this man's house. I'm getting my shit together. But while he grilling and talking to him, his words is starting to sway towards my way, like he get to look at my way, like, I'm like, who you talking to, man? He like, you. I'm like, look, bro, he said, man, I can do what I need to do in here, bro, and I can go about my business, but you talk to him, man, that's this man's house.
Mm-hmm.
He got to grill at him, I left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Came back outside, I actually went back over there, he went over there. Sometimes there be a lot of fiends, a lot of crackheads in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a couple of hours in there. Still shaking him, like, you know what I'm saying? Went on site. We live on the same street. I ain't got time for that every time I come outside. We got, alright, you feel me?
Right.
Little words, it was cool the next day.
So that was it. He was just pissed that you were cutting up in this dude's house. What stake does he have in his house?
He tried to make that his dope house.
Okay.
But see, the way the guy whose house it was, his name was LA. He told me like the way his approach.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to instead of a proposition, he was trying to bully this man out of his house.
Oh.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now the man he smoked up too.
Okay.
So he like, you know, take care of me.
Yep.
Take care of y'all. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Handle your business and make sure you take care of me when you pull out, whatever.
Right.
I did that. Square business, you feel me?
Yeah. You let me use the house, here's the payment.
Square business.
Yeah.
But he trying to bully his way in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I ain't, you feel me? I'm keeping it square. I pay my dues, I'm out. You feel me? Next time I need to come here, I'll pay again.
Yep.
I ain't looking for nothing free, because I know how the game goes. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want
Right.
to say you did me for free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I paid you for that. You ain't give me nothing.
Yep.
So that's how I came my business, you feel me? But we was still bumping to each other because he was still coming there. And he was washing his clothes over there. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you can't come at me about nothing.
The detectives keep the atmosphere relaxed to break Terrell's guard and get a confession from him. But Terrell tries to play it safe by making up incoherent stories that directly contradict the incriminating evidence. And as if that wasn't reckless enough, Terrell is about to test the waters even further by making more unrealistic confessions.
How soon or how close to that was Chop killed? Like, what's the timing difference there?
I have to say probably some months, maybe.
Okay. Couple months or so.
Yeah, I can't be too sure.
Did you guys ever get to the bottom of that issue, or was he still bullying this LA guy right up until he was killed?
No, he stayed away for a minute.
He did.
He stayed away for a minute.
Okay.
But then he just never came back.
Okay.
And then LA, this was crazy. LA was walking towards Barlett, 143rd Barlett.
Uh-huh.
He come back in the house. Come on, man. What's that smell, man? Man, you smell like shit. Yeah, man, it smell like dead body over there, man. I'm like, where? He like, over there. I'm like, man, you smell like shit, man. And I think he was in there around them bodies, man.
Really? So you could smell it on LA?
I could smell it on him, man. I could smell it on him. And then, and then they said, and then I can believe it. He was up there looking for crack.
Oh. Okay. Because he bought from Chop. So you think he went into the house?
I know he did, man. He smelled straight like.
You could smell it.
I could smell it, man, but I didn't want to test it. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I smelled it like I never been up on a body to be like, ugh. But I knew like, what the man? It's like you just climb up the sewer, man. You feel what I'm saying? And then days went by, and then he said it again. He like, man, that gotta be a body over there, man. That gotta be a body over there, man. And I think him and Isha, I think him and Aisha made the call.
Okay.
It was like, man, I think it's a dead body over there.
They're the ones that told police. About it.
LA and Aisha.
Okay.
And I believe they made the call.
Who's Aisha?
She smoked dope. She just be over there.
Okay.
But she was. I think I had synced her in the nose. That's how I know her.
Oh, really?
That's how I know her full name. You know, in the streets, people don't be having. I mean, that's another reason why I don't forget to change people, places, things. Cause I get pulled over and they be like, "What's his name?" I don't even know his real name.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? His name DJ. DJ. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I knew her real name.
What is her real name?
Damn, I just said it. Aisha.
Oh, do you know her last name?
No.
Okay. You're just saying from the news you saw that it's Aisha.
Yeah.
And she goes by Isha?
Yeah, Aisha.
Okay. So they're the ones, LA and Aisha make the call to police to tell them, and that's when they find the bodies?
I'm not sure if it was exactly if they came right then and there or they did it right then and there, but I know they came based off of they called.
I got you. But do you know LA's real name?
His name is man. I know his last name, man. I know his last name Chambers. I know it's
Chambers. Something Chambers.
I know his last name Chambers. It might be James. I know it's Chambers for sure.
Okay.
His last name Chambers.
Was the house? Did he own the house?
No. No, he ain't own it.
Where was the house that he was in?
It was right on the corner of 143rd, but it was behind that brick building, the old snack shack.
Okay.
And it was like a blue house with a garage in front of it.
Okay.
With the garage in front of it, it linked to the house though.
Okay. The garage linked to the house?
Yeah.
And that was LA's place.
Yeah.
So I have the timer right. He comes in one day and says, "This, you notice you smell shit." That's not the same day that Aisha and he called the police. It's like a couple days after that. Some days, I think you said, go by, and then he said it again.
He said it again.
And then he ended up calling. Did you tell him to call the police, mate?
No, because you know what? Because before that, like you feel me? He was saying when I said I wasn't seeing Chop come over no more.
Yeah.
He was saying he was seeing Chop.
LA was saying
he was seeing Chop.
Okay.
Talking about Chop said what's up, but he was saying it to other people like Chop said what's up.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Where you been? Well, I seen him down, but ain't nobody seen him up here though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he made it. Then
Why
that
the
shit.
fuck would LA do that?
I don't know, man.
Is he a weird dude?
Terrell, while blabbering his nonsensical stories, slips up by revealing a crucial detail: the exact nature of the smell. If he were innocent, he wouldn't be able to stomach the news of such a mass execution, let alone keep it hidden for 5 long years. But that's not all. What Terrell confesses next is about to tear his lies apart.
What?
That the Chop was dead.
Oh, when they pulled him out.
Okay, were you there when they pulled him out of the house?
Nah, Isha came over. She said that's her nephew. But nephew, don't you got a W nephew?
Like a hood nephew.
So you feel me?
Yeah.
So then she came over there and they got to talking about it, and I think they had the crew out there, and it was a whole bunch of people out there.
Mm-hmm. So she's the one that told you?
Isha, yep.
Okay.
No.
Did you go over there and see him pulling him out? No, you just heard from her that they're pulling him. So when that happens, then you had to be thinking, well, Snake and Chop have beef.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
So what did you do with that information? Like, what did you investigate that yourself at all? So I can let it go.
Yeah, I mean, cause
did you ever have a conversation with Snake about it?
It wasn't that cool.
Okay.
You feel me? I honestly, I didn't think he'd do shit. Like, I'm like, keep talking about it, you just want to do shit. My back of my head, I was thinking he was a bitch.
Okay.
The Snake, he was big dude. You feel me? So he could easily intimidate. You feel me? He could easily intimidate somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get away with it, lady. But on the flip side of things, like I really feel like he was a bitch though, for real. Honestly,
yeah.
Like,
you just would never really follow
like, he kept talking about what he wanted to do, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But never actually do anything.
Yeah.
So, and then you also said that they, like family, thought you had something to do with it. When did you hear about that?
It's a little dude named Twin.
Okay.
He used to come over there and sell dope too over LA's. Me and Twin was cool though.
Okay.
He was cool. Actually, the funny part is, Twin, right hand dude named Scooter.
Okay.
His little brother is one of the ones that was shot and was in the hospital with the bone and casino incident. He survived.
Oh yeah.
He survived.
Denzel.
Yeah, he survived.
That's Scooter?
Yeah,
they called Scooter
that's Scooter is Denzel's brother.
Got it. Yep.
So he like Twin was like he like, yeah man, he like, man, I just got into it with child people, man. Somebody they looking for somebody, man. I'm like, what you mean? What you getting to it? What you getting to it with them for? Somebody looking for somebody named T. I'm like, that could be anybody.
Yeah.
The fuck? I'm like, your name Twin, my name Terrell. That could be anybody. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So he talking to me, he spooked.
Oh really?
Yeah, he spooked. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, so I'm like, man, you cool? Like, he like, no boy, he like, man, he just put a gun out on me and everything. So off of that, I started standing out here at my mom's house.
I see.
On Fleet.
Because Twin said somebody pulled a gun on him.
Yeah.
and that he heard the streets were looking for a dude named T.
And they thought he was that was the first T they came across. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm paranoid like now. You feel me?
Did you ever hear that they thought you were the T that did it?
Yeah.
And not Twin? How'd you hear that? Well,
from Twin.
Okay, Twin's like, hey me.
You know, yeah, from Twin. He's like, man, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, man, Twin, bro, chill out, bro. Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Just like you. He like, man, blue boys, man, they put up, they had guns, this and the third. I'm like, who? He like, he couldn't tell me. I'm like, man, you can't even tell me who to look for, man.
Yeah.
So, but I guess it was his people's though, but I don't know his people's.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't know his family like that.
Right.
I ain't know him like that.
Yeah.
So I'm paranoid. So everywhere I go, like, motherfucker, my name, like, I ain't even looking for you. You feel me? Like, cause why is you even calling me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything just started. Everything around it just started looking fishy.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? From LA, Sandy, same thing, and then Snake, and then like everything. Then people looking for me. It was just too fishy for me.
And then jumped off at Durkee. I mean, so
Feel
things
me?
really circled the drain.
And then that's what's crazy. Then when I forgot how I found out that it was Denzel, Scooter brother, me and Scooter cool.
Mm-hmm.
And me, Twin, Scooter, we was started to go by the same spot.
Who's Twin to Scooter again?
They just homies.
Okay.
So when I come in, they got guns out of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got a gun on me. So I come in, I'm like, before I even step any further, I'm like, man, what's up, man? Put them up, man.
The detectives realize they have almost hit the jackpot when Terrell says he forgot how he found out. To make matters worse, Terrell introduces more characters into his tangled web, desperate to shift the blame and escape guilt. But amid his chaos, Terrell is about to say something that will twist the entire narrative.
He like, yeah. I'm like, man, from my understanding, I'm like, they saying my nephew's name. I'm like, but they saying Bone name too. And I'm like, your brother saying Bone hit him, like, but they ain't saying Casino name. And I'm like, man, that's my nephew. I'm like, see what the caliber is that they put out your brother in the hospital, man. I'm gonna go put up on my nephew and see what kind of gun he had. Mm-hmm. I said, if he responsible for that, man, I'm gonna make him stand on that. Mm-hmm. He never doubled back. Like, and told me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Got handled within the courts. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay. But they were pretty much coming there that day because you're his uncle, and they were hearing that Casino is involved in this.
no, Scooter didn't know Casino was my nephew.
Oh, he didn't even know.
He didn't know.
Okay.
So I brought it to him.
Yeah.
So I don't want no surprises.
Why were they coming with guns?
You feel me? I don't want no surprises. Like, and
Okay.
you feel me? Like,
They didn't mean nothing by it?
No, but I want to make sure because I got to drop on y'all, but I ain't know that they didn't know.
I see.
feel
You
me?
knew.
Yeah,
but you didn't know they
I
did.
didn't know they didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
So me stepping in and I see guns out. Hold on, man. You feel me? So I lay it out on the table.
This is on top of people saying your name on the chop. Yeah. Yeah,
Feel
you're
me?
like a
So I'm like
long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, man. Like fucking looking around over your shoulder all the time, right?
So I'm like, that went pretty well, me and Scooter. Like, we had a good report. That went pretty well, you know what I'm saying? His brother lived, you feel me?
Yep.
I was just upset he didn't get back with me because Casino felt like he didn't even shoot the guy.
Okay.
You feel me? He like, man, it was so many calibers being fired, man. He like, man, I don't think I hit nobody, man.
Yeah.
He like, man, and everybody kept saying bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I went there, you feel me? But I'm
Yeah.
like, it's a situation, man. I'm like, and then they had Bone and the other kid, LeBron, they called LeBron on house arrest or whatever, and they was all saying his name, so you got 2 against 1, it's looking bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you ain't coming forward saying nothing, and you ain't even come forward and touch your grandma, so it was just too much going on,
Yeah.
man. So I went down there on Fleet,
Mm-hmm.
went with my brother for a while.
I'll tell you, between you and me, Casino definitely hit somebody.
I think so.
It's not a debate. Yeah, he absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you with 100% confidence. Okay, so like you ended up getting out of that situation by moving because they're saying your name. Did you? In the time that you were like selling for Snake and then Chop was also. Did you know where Chop was staying? Was he selling out of that house that he was killed in?
I don't know. I think he stayed in that house.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I think he stayed in that house.
And he would go out to sell. Is that right? Or would he sell out of the house too?
I think he came out to sell.
Okay.
Cause I always used to catch him like that bus stop. It was a bus stop on the corner.
Okay.
And it was a brick building on the corner, so they tore that down. Cause a lot of the dope fiends was.
So he sold at the bus stop?
Yeah.
A lot? Okay. What were you ever in that house? Did you ever see how they were living?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because it was an abandoned house that they were basically squatting in. You never saw it? Okay. So the bus stop, where's the bus stop that they were selling at?
It's right on the corner. Like
Of 144?
144.
And Bartlett?
Right on the corner, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Kinsman.
I'm sorry, Kinsman.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's right on the corner.
And his regular spot?
Yeah, he used to sit there.
Okay.
And pitch. That way he catch snakes. He catch snake clientele coming to the 4th, and he catch his own clientele coming to the 3rd.
Oh, I see.
But see, and that was the issue. But he worked. It was a way around it. But I don't know if he was looking for looking for trouble or what. But it was a way around it because Snake would go in early.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Chop and you know what I'm saying. He'd be out there all night. He'd be out there all night. You feel what I'm saying? That's Thriller hour right now. You feel me? All the things out. So you know what I'm saying? Higher way. You feel me? Yeah. And I guess it really was the issue when you told him to stay off 144. But like I said.
Okay. So at some point, Snake told him no more 144.
Cause he the shooting at the clientele, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because those are Snake's people. They were shooting.
And then you making the whole 144 high. You can't sell no dope.
Right. Why is Chop even shooting at fiends?
Cause they ain't buying his dope.
So
when Snake is up,
yeah,
your dope ain't no good, Chop.
Right.
Feel me?
It's better quality anyway.
Feel me? So
we also heard that Chris would sell crumbs. Like he wouldn't, he didn't have a cutoff.
Who?
Chris Chop.
Oh, that was his name?
Yeah. We heard he would sell crumbs. You know what I mean? Like.
That's what I'm saying. Like we was in the same lane. Like, I can't step on your toes.
He'd break off a $2 piece where Snake may only sell a $10 piece.
At this point, the investigators notice a game-changing detail, and that detail centers around a dispute over drug dealings. This is when the detectives start connecting the dots. From Terrell's false narratives, there is a signal of a possible altercation that triggered the mass homicides. Besides, Terrell grows unusually defensive when questioned about the weapon used in the assault. Given that Terrell's narratives won't stop evolving, the detectives decide it's time to cut to the chase.
But what do you know about those folks?
I know the one girl he used to kick it with. I don't know the other two names though.
Okay.
I just know it was. I think Chow was dating a pregnant little girl, and it was a little brown skinned guy, and he had a girlfriend. They always be together when you see them at the bus stop.
Okay.
But I only knew Chop, and I forgot the little girl he used to kick it with name. I think her name might have been Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
That was her name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was the girl that the Chop kicked it with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know one of those girls was pregnant?
That was Jazz, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is fucked up, man. It's fucked up because, you know, on the face of it, when you just look at the evidence, right, you just see these bodies in this house, it looks like what kind of a animal could have done this? What kind of a monster would come in here and execute people? But we've done some serious digging on this thing, and I gotta tell you, and I'm not trying to make any excuses because it's a tragedy, right? But we've uncovered some evidence that we think maybe it's not as monstrous as people thought it was, you know? So I'm giving it, let me just give you a little peek here, that we think it's possible that that Chop may have some blood on his hands, you know? And what I mean by that is he was creating such a environment in that neighborhood, right? And there is some recent evidence collected from the scene, well, not collected from the scene, but tested, that suggests he may have been fired around. You know? And so here's the question.
Like, do it like that. Go ahead.
Question is, did he fire first? And somebody was just protecting themselves? You know? So that's what I mean, like, it looks on its face, it looks like this massacre.
I think it's this, like, what the other people had to, like.
Well, look, you said it best. When that shit went down with your cousin, did it go in slow motion? Hell no, it didn't. Fast. Shootings happen the same way, man. You know, I mean, I'm gonna step out a little. I'm sure you've been around shootings, right? That happens fast. And people talk about everything slowed down. No, it doesn't, man. It's a blur.
So it's really different. And motherfuckers get hit, and I ain't never really had it like that. You know what I'm saying? Where I gotta walk them up and down, and I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have to fire back, and you fire at me, but like that's something different.
But I don't know, man. Imagine. So this is all in a pretty small space too, right? It's different when you're talking about being on the street. You know, if the guy with the gun is right in front of me and we're on the street, yeah, it's different for me to turn over here and shoot at this guy and then turn over here and shoot at this guy. But if we're talking about a room that's not much bigger than this room, and you're in here shooting and I'm trying to get the fuck out of there, you know, I may just be real quick. Fire. And other people get hit. I mean, I'm just saying I think that there is some room for some explanation here, you know? And I think that when we looked at this initially, what we're looking at is like, well, where's the serial killer at, right? Who's the monster that could do something like this? I'm not sure we're looking for a serial killer here. I'm not sure we're looking for a monster. We may have been looking for somebody who was trying to go do the right thing and quash a beef. And Chop, man, got a reputation for being, you know?
Yeah. But what about the pregnant girl though? Like,
I honestly,
I don't know if I can.
Casualty, man. I mean, she just wrong place, wrong time, victim of circumstance. You know, like fog of war. Everything's happening fast, and I'm trying to get myself out of there, and I don't know who. Look, 4 people in a small room. I don't know who's coming up with the gun next.
Yeah.
I'm getting fired at.
Now that the detectives confront the elephant in the room, Terrell realizes that the cards are stacked against him. And from this moment onwards, Terrell might have no choice but to cave into his guilt.
In a tiny little doorway or something like that, and I don't know who else is coming up with a gun. Maybe I'm trying to neutralize every possible threat. And I'm with you, they're girls, but listen. Girls can fire guns too, man.
Yeah. I'm putting up past that.
Yep. So
I mean, as far as what you saying, I'm kind of on the same page with what you saying, and that goes to is like me thinking like whatever caused that. I just feel like the other 3 casualties probably didn't deserve it though. Like,
so people come in and say, hey, I know about this murder, this guy said he did it, right? Okay, all right, so then we go run a few things down and we can prove that he didn't do it, right? He wasn't even in the city at that time, or you know, we went and talked to him and he gave us his phone number and we could show that he wasn't even there. So those things are usually pretty easy, and it's usually like one person.
Right.
But if multiple people came in and said, hey, this dude told me he did it, and he gave me very specific information about how it happened.
Terrell's lies have begun to fall apart in the face of the investigators' incriminating forensic results. But that's not all. Terrell is still not fully aware of how far the investigators have gone to collect the evidence. So to seal Terrell's fate, the detectives prepare to drop their most explosive piece of evidence.
That happened? Well, if one person who doesn't know the other person who doesn't know the other, I mean, what would you take from that?
Yeah.
That's right. Dude did it. You know, he's told multiple people. That's a mistake. The person shouldn't have told multiple people, right? But that is what we consider, you know, reliable information, when we can corroborate from one person to another to another. And then we use things like DNA and phone records and video and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, y'all got all my DNA. Y'all got.
Well, so I mean, I guess what it comes down to is, you know, do you have any information that you have heard on the street, or you physically, you know, that you witnessed yourself or heard yourself that you think might be useful to us?
Outside of what I told you?
Yeah.
I think I probably was the most useful.
Okay. So you don't think there's anything else that you haven't told us that might help us?
Be helpful.
We'll take anything, man.
But after Chop was insane for a while. I'm trying to think his name. Marco.
Okay. What about Marco?
Marco came over there, dramatic beat on the door, boo, 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 on LA door. No, this is early morning. I had a state night over there. Bang on the door, boo, 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 boo. So on LA National Dog, when he come in, he's like, hey man, fuck Chop it. So they like, I don't know. And when he walked past, I had my gun on the table. And when he walked past, he was like, what kind of gun is that? I'm like, why? She's like, I got one just like that. I'm like, this ain't it.
Can you remember a time before the bodies were found that you were in the vicinity of a bus stop getting shot up?
No.
So it's not ringing any bells.
No.
I feel like you would remember that, right? Like
Yeah,
you're close enough to.
I remember that.
Okay. Or even being, what if it was like you were already getting yourself out of there, and he's shooting at you, and it's like you're too far to know the bus stop.
You trying to put me there now.
I'm trying to figure out why you're there. No, I'm not trying to put you there, but somebody has.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get where you're going, but
I want to give you an out to it. Like, maybe I'm far enough away, and I don't see.
No, I mean, me and him never had an altercation where he shot at me.
Okay. You're sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. And then conversely, you never shot at him.
No.
You didn't kill these people. No. Right. And in that incident, I would assume if that happened, look, if he did shoot at you at a bus stop, that'd be the last time you were around that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Like, you seem like a guy that's like, man, you even said it yourself. I forget and forgive quickly because I don't need that trouble.
Yeah, but I can't. That I won't forgive. I ain't gonna lie, I won't forgive that.
If somebody shot at you, you wouldn't forgive that.
Now I gotta worry about you shooting at me. You ain't shooting at me again.
I think you're right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Right.
By bringing up the altercation with Chop, the detectives smartly let Terrell know that he has already been caught off guard in his pack of lies. When the detectives asked Terrell again about the smell of the dead bodies, his hesitation and fumbling answers lay bare his guilt. But how far would Terrell's lies protect him from the face of justice?
On the upper portion of her body, like her torso area, it was advanced stages of decomposition.
On September 30th, 2024, Terrell Silver received 5 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 30 to 36 years in prison for the mass execution of 4 individuals, including an 18-year-old pregnant woman in Cleveland.